real estate, too. Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Evan Cohen here. In sports, anyone can say they're the best. The actual best? They prove it. That's what I like about Midas. When you buy tires at Midas with paid installation, you get their limited lifetime tire guarantee included at no extra cost. That includes flat repairs or flat replacements and tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's confidence you can drive on, mile after mile, because the best don't just say it, they back it up. Midas, the best around.
Beginning Tuesday, September 8th, watch DiPietro and Rothenberg and Hahn and Rosenberg live every day on the MSG Network. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
She fell in love with the sex.
Hahn.
Sauce was everywhere.
And Rosenberg.
If you want to stay up, he's got the energy that matters. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:01 to the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on an absolutely gorgeous Friday. As we get ready for the weekend, hopefully everybody's having a great time. We're full frontal today, 4 hours of sports talk with you to close out the week. How everybody doing? All right, good?
You said gorgeous?
Where I am in Jersey, it is beautiful. A gorgeous day. About 80 degrees, just a few puffy cumulus clouds. No humidity.
Cumulus.
Really nice day here.
Yeah.
In central Jersey. How about you? I know you had a tornado blow through.
Yeah, that was fun.
And
flooding on the LIE because, how do we not fix that when there's tons of construction going on in the Queens part of the Long Island Expressway? There's been construction for about 3 years.
Yeah.
And they never took into account that we should probably put in better drainage.
Maybe.
So it shuts down. Remember when I got stuck in it a couple of months ago?
So did you get stuck in it yesterday? Fully stopped?
No. Your boy learns, okay? So I knew the area, Francis Lewis Boulevard.
That's exactly where it went down.
Yep. So what I did was I got on the service road before all that mess began, and I did a little detour through Middle Village and all that stuff. So found my way out of it, got my way home, but chased by a couple of funnel clouds. It was kind of scary.
You didn't actually see any tornadoes though, right?
They were down. No, they were down.
We saw Rockaway and Atlantic Beach.
Atlantic Beach, yeah,
right.
that was really scary. What tore that up?
Oh yeah.
But the sea was angry that day, my friends. It was not great. And today's not any better. Today is just overcast, dreary.
Real? Okay, so I jumped
it is
the gun there.
cool, but it's not a nice day whatsoever. So when you said that, I'm like, wow, Jersey's the place to be.
How about the island of Manhattan there, Peter?
It's gotten cloudy and now looks like rain could be out there.
All right, so I guess it depends on where you are.
But it was beautiful throughout the morning. It was a lovely morning.
It's always sunny in Hawthorne.
That's what they say.
Well, that's the hope because I'm driving home last night from, we'll get into it, a beautiful get-together. And I really want to thank Peter for the last-minute invite, which was a lot of fun getting to see
he had to say
people that I haven't
Peter.
seen in a long time. No, but I'm being performative because it was really a tremendous time. And it was a good thing, too, because I would have been stuck in all that you were talking about. I got to go through Jersey City, and that was underwater.
Oh, yeah.
So it was by the time I left, which was close to about 10:30, things had kind of cleared out traffic-wise, and I was able to get home, and it cleared up by the time I got to my house. But I was talking to my brother, who will be at the Sasso softball, although he's compromised. I'll just leave it at that. Had a little bit
details?
of a toe thing.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't know if he wants to be.
Upper or lower body?
It's lower. It's as
Lower
low as
body.
you can get.
Right, lower
so
body
he's been
injury is
advised
all
by
we're
the
telling
doctors
you.
not to put pressure on his foot, but he'll be there. Let's face it, people don't come to the Sasso softball to watch us play softball. They want to see us, and so David LaGreca will be there. But
I've never met him. This would be the first time.
Well, that's cool. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to postpone this thing, man,
Weather-wise.
And I woke up this morning fully prepared to start, the conversation with Anna Marie Sasso, Mark's widow, and figure out what the plans are going to be. And I just go over to the hourly for Hawthorne, and all of a sudden there's no rain. It's not going to be a beautiful day by any stretch. It's going to be cloudy. It's going to be overcast. But I looked, and all the rain they had forecasted gone. I think it just blew out with that storm. Now, a little bit later on in the 3 o'clock hour, we'll have Lee Goldberg on to just kind of confirm everything up. But it sounds like we're a go. So we're looking forward.
Everything's looking turning up Don these days.
289 Wagra Road, Hawthorne, New Jersey. 5 o'clock will be the first pitch. But try to get there early. About 4:30 or so is when everybody's going to start to show up. So it looks like we're a go unless something dramatically changes. And you'll get to see Alan, you'll get to see Peter, you get to see my brother David LaGreca, of course Ken Danico, Greg Buttle is going to be there as well.
Has anyone?
Oh yeah, sure.
People have bailed.
Yeah, people have bailed, and that always happens last minute.
Oh no! But you said
we did get some last second
Ian
cancellations. Ian O'Connor we lost a couple of days ago because Caitlin Clark is going to be in Brooklyn.
Caitlin Clark can come with him if she wants.
And Marty Lyons
She's
has
invited.
a thing. I heard from Marty Lyons, but everybody else is firmed up as of now.
Okay.
A couple of people got the sniffles, and I told them I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, fight through. Let's go.
You got to fight through it. So no, it looks like it's going to be a go. But I was really happy this morning when I saw that the weather had changed. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
All right. Well, Peter, did you find yourself a cup or a jackstrap for this event?
I have not strapped up yet for the game.
No. We've had tons. We've had tons and tons of injuries over the years. I think this is our 18th game.
Wow.
Our first one was in 2008, and it's 2026. There was 1 year we did not do it. It just didn't work out time-wise. So I think this is our 18th one, and we've had pulled groins, we've had hamstrings, we've had Chris Carlin tore up his thumb.
A thumb?
But we've never had any cup issues. So hopefully
that's good.
That streak continues through tomorrow. But last night, when we'll get to everything that happened at our little get-together last night, and Michael Kay was in kind of a adjacent way involved in last night's dinner.
How? And he was busy.
And David Cohn as well.
Baltimore.
And David Cohn as well.
How?
Because you know what? Peter Rosenberg is a great man.
That's right.
Who says, I don't care that Michael's doing a game. I'm going to see if I can FaceTime him.
Bet your ass that's what I did.
And although Michael did not answer, he did call back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't
three separate times, but he did call back.
Yeah. I said, Kaster's missed tonight. He should be here. Let's call.
He was feeling it last night. Did you hear one of his calls?
Yeah. I heard a lot of the calls.
Did you hear one?
The Yankees, 3 runs in an inning. It's an offensive orgy.
Oh, yeah.
He was feeling it last night.
That made the rounds.
Now, I wonder, what's worse?
I think he said that because he was influenced by talking to you guys.
Well, and who he was sitting next to as well. But the thing,
Coney,
he has said orgy on this air. The other thing he has said on this air is bacchanal. What is technically worse? Because I don't think he's ever said bacchanal during a Yankee game. And that's probably the first time he said orgy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one thing to say it on radio.
You think so? You think it's his
Baseball
first
orgy?
See?
But I don't know if he's ever said bacchanal.
No, but bacchanal isn't as right.
Bacchanal.
I mean, orgy suggests like we're down to the skivvies just.
Well, so does bacchanal.
With anybody and everybody.
I think bacchanal is just a fancy way of saying orgy.
No, I think bacchanal is more of like we're just party like to the extreme.
Well,
like everybody's wasted.
Yeah, I think orgy is worse. Orgy is sex. It's it's a full on. It's group sex.
There you go.
So 3 runs for the Yankees in an inning is group sex.
So
just so we get that, so we can just put
it
2 and 2
shows you
together.
where we are right now with the Yankee offense.
It's true, but I
3 runs used to just be like heavy petting.
Well, listen, they got 6, so I don't know what's beyond an orgy. You know.
Oh my God.
God only knows.
There's another thing that Michael had said occasionally on his show, and I don't even think Peter wants to go there.
Oh wow.
He'd say on the show.
Yes, he would say.
What was this?
Huh? But he'd say it on the show.
Yes,
On the show.
But I wouldn't want to say it.
He
wouldn't want to say it.
I don't even want to describe what it is.
Wow,
I couldn't believe he said it when he said it.
That's unreal.
Like, well, it's
now
a
I need
type
to know.
it's a type of very rare illegal pornography.
Well, I'm hovering.
Oh boy.
You know what? Now you know it
Jake's
now,
ready.
Peter.
Jake's ready to hit dump.
Yeah, I don't think we can do it.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
So put it in the group, please.
Yeah, can you type?
So I don't feel left out.
All right.
Because I'm a little confused.
I'm very confused.
This is
But now I'm intrigued.
This is Michael K. You're talking about here.
Somebody might want to put it in the YouTube chat just so those guys know.
You trust them with it at least.
What does it matter if one of them shares it?
There you go.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Several times, right?
Yeah, I don't think you should say that.
But he had said it several times.
Nor does it fit
on
particularly
this show,
with
on this in this
Yes.
time slot.
Yes. And on yes.
And I don't see how it even has anything to do with anything.
No, it makes no. I don't even think he realizes what it is. It is possible he's using it
like
incorrectly,
like a child who doesn't understand what they're saying. I hear you.
Because if you know the definition of what I just text you, there really is no relation,
Nothing.
and it's certainly nothing to celebrate,
No.
Like if you were to say that, like, the Yankees scored 3 runs in an inning, it's almost like a
No.
No.
You go, I don't know what that means.
No.
Well, and if you did know what it means, you'd be like, no,
Yeah.
I don't think
you guys
these 3
didn't-
runs are
when
anything
he's-
like that.
When he said that, you guys just let it go. You didn't call him on it. Like,
No,
I wouldn't.
Well, you know how it works in radio. You don't want to call attention to it, but like during the break, I'd
Really?
be like, Michael, what are you doing? He's like,
okay.
no, it's all right. What? I was like, okay.
The scars you guys still have, man. It's
Well, that's
really
scarable, right?
No, I know that's scarable. Yes,
You
That's
can make
traumatic.
the case that if you said that now, people would never forget that you said it.
Yeah.
So if you're curious, hey, this is this is life. You can't find out everything. Sorry. You know what? If you come to the Mark Sasso softball, I'll tell you.
We'll tell you.
How about that?
Yep.
I'll tell you.
Wow. Now you're tempting
Don
the
will
people.
whisper it in your ear, each and every one of you.
Yeah, I mean, because Michael said it, so I could say it to a grown man.
By the way, I was thinking about this,
or
Don.
woman.
What can I do, Knicks related,
This
tomorrow? Tomorrow,
right?
to help draw more people to the field.
Have Jalen Brunson come to the game.
Yeah, he's.
By the way, that would
apparently
be
not available.
No, that would be big though.
I did
Josh
actually
Hart.
think where you are is in vicinity to a guy that you might know named Carl.
Carl
Jersey
Towns.
guy, loves being in Jersey and
There you
just
go.
not around.
He's not around.
Yeah, because he loves baseball. He loves that's his thing. So I thought that'd be kind of cool, right?
And so you're saying that if he was around, you would put in the ass.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Hey,
fun?
Don, I hate to do this.
Oh, no.
That would have been fun.
Don, I hate to do this.
What are you doing?
And I'm curious where you're at with me, Don.
No.
I'm calling BS.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if Carl Towns, as we know him, was around, I don't think you're asking him to show up to the salsa.
Well, no, I could see him doing
To a
that.
field that's not far from him on random. Did you see? You know the stuff he would do like in Minnesota, showing up at like soccer games. and stuff?
He's done a lot of cool things for the
He
first
does
rounds.
that. That's
he
his
does.
thing. So
And listen,
it's
unfortunately,
not.
not around.
It doesn't hurt to ask.
Well, you
That's
know
a
what?
good
There's
point.
always next year, and if he can't make it this year, I thought.
Yep.
You know what I thought you were going to say, Peter, is that like if Karl-Anthony Towns had come to the event, it then becomes the Karl-Anthony Towns charity softball game.
Oh no,
That's a great
takes
point.
all the attention away.
That's a really,
It just
really good
becomes,
point.
like, all right, it doesn't matter if anybody else shows up, but I appreciate it. But that just shows you how humble Alan Hahn is. Like, what could I bring Nick related? I don't know. How about you?
Yeah,
Like, no, why not?
That's all you got to do.
You're as
People want
involved in
stuff.
the Knicks television and radio.
People want things though. Like what can I do to make people want to come out.
Just be nice and sign autographs and take pictures. You're a major celebrity, man.
Okay. We'll see.
So we appreciate that. So 4:30 tomorrow. But while this is going on, the Yankees, they win a game 6-1. They sweep the Baltimore Orioles. Now, listen, the Orioles aren't very good.
No.
They're under 500. But
Yes.
they came in hot. They came in as the third wild card. They needed these games. Now, I know Baltimore is basically, Yankee Stadium South.
It's the South Bronx.
But the point is that they just humbled them. And last night was not nothing. I brought it up yesterday. They didn't have their closer because Bednar closed the previous two games, right? And Hill had pitched, and I think Cruz pitched. Like, nobody was available coming out of the bullpen. They're still keeping an eye on Cole. You wanted to get distance out of him, but you just didn't know how much you'd be able to give. The team isn't hitting, and they score 6, the most runs they scored in any of the games in the series, and they win the game, and they gain a game on Tampa because Tampa had lost earlier in the day to Toronto. And it was a week ago we were talking about they were 7 back in the loss, and they needed to make up those 3 games to make the 4 games at the end of the season meaningful. Well, they made it up in a week. So, yeah, I'm going to keep saying it until I look like an ass. They're in a great spot. They just are. They're getting Bellinger back on Sunday. He had a rehab game in Scranton last night, had a hit. He's going to play tonight, weather permitting. He's going to get the day off on Saturday, and he'll be in the lineup on Sunday. So you get Bellinger back. September 1st, you're going to get Stanton back. They're still pitching out of their minds, and now they're starting to hit a little bit.
Why not?
So, and how many chances you get if you're the Rays? Earlier on, they could have buried the Yankees when Judge first got hurt, didn't do it. And they certainly could have added to their lead. But they lost 3 out of 4 to Baltimore.
What was it, 7? Right? Was the biggest lead they had 7?
Yeah.
Games?
And now it's 4. Now it's 4. Actually, it was 7 in the loss.
Yeah.
It was like 6.5, but it was 7 in the loss.
But it was 7 in the loss.
And now it's 4 straight up with 35 to play.
And we were talking about it. Remember, we were saying that for the Yankees, you got to keep it within 4 just to have a chance to control your own destiny. You'd love to have it less than 4, but knowing that you have them in a 4-game set in your building late in the year, you got to stay that close just to give yourself a chance. And for the Rays, the opportunity was there to completely bury them. And it's still right there. It's still there. And it's interesting because the Rays play the Orioles, right? Aren't they? Isn't that what's next?
I believe so. Yeah, because they were playing. They helped the Rays and the Yankees had like the same schedule.
Yep.
Like when the Yankees were playing the Orioles, they were playing the Blue Jays, and it flip flops. Yeah. So the Yankees playing the Jays this week.
Right. So it's all things to watch, of course. But look, the Bellinger thing is going to be interesting to watch, and to see, does he step in? Does that help the lineup a little bit, get other guys going? But as we were talking about, the interesting thing about this lineup was to see who's in the circle of trust. If you're Aaron Boone, isn't that really what this time has been? Pitching wise, I don't want to just completely step over the fact that Garrett Cole gave you an absolute ace performance last night. First pitch strikes, no nonsense. He came in knowing, like you said it yesterday, Don, it's going to be tough because the bullpen's taxed. He knew it, and what an ace does is make sure that I can give you 6 innings, right? That I'm not going to be done in 4 innings, or I'm not going to have to labor through this thing. He came in and gave a absolutely dominant ace-type performance that you need in a moment like that. Yarbrough was good too. I thought, like, that's something you've got to acknowledge. The pitching has carried this team and given them a chance to win almost every game in the month of August. Almost.
And it's not really something that should slump. These are really great pitchers. Now, the Fried injury, we're all hoping, if you're a Yankee fan, obviously, that this was just kind of holding him out for the playoffs. But if he's healthy, Cam's healthy, you've got, Rodon back now, and he's supposed to be a stud. Mm-hmm. Cole, is a stud. I mean, come on.
And if you get Schmidt and you get Heel back to where they're helping your bullpen, Warren probably ends up in the bullpen. Weathers has been good of late. Like, his last 4 or 5 starts have been solid. You got to feel like you're going to have not just a starting rotation, but a pretty good bullpen too to go to of quality pitchers. And Bednar, he's been lights out. So that's the part that
it's all been good.
It's funny because that's always the part you worry about. But it feels like it could set up. Now again, everything's could. It could set up to be where that's their strength, pitching, which we haven't said in a very long time. And now the variable is what happens when the big guy gets in this lineup. Because I was saying to this, do you understand what I'm saying, guys? If you're Boone, this time is a circle of trust time. Can I trust Ramos? He got a big hit yesterday, but he's been struggling, but he's hitting the ball hard. That's what he's going to say. He's hitting the ball hard, but he hasn't gotten big hits, but he got one yesterday. Rice has struggled without Judge and Bellinger. That is a real thing that should change because we know Rice has had a good season. The kid, Lombard, is screaming, put me in the leadoff spot. I mean, everything he does tells you, put me in the leadoff spot.
Not yesterday, but generally.
Well, but I'm saying he's been really good.
Oh, really good.
Good at bats, all that stuff. But the glove, obviously. No, I want to know who I can trust. Garcia, I can trust him.
Well, somebody that maybe you could trust is Spencer Jones. 3 for 4, home run last night, and he talked about the adjustments he's made recently. Trust me.
No, yeah, he did.
It was just some stuff where I was getting started late. My hands were kind of dropping a little bit, so just kind of focusing on tightening up those turns and just letting myself see the ball as long as possible.
They've said about him that he learns, like he is good with adjusting to how he's being pitched. That he is a student of the game. That is a good thing about him.
And he also talked about the offense breaking out against Baltimore.
I mean, it's awesome. Like, I'm rooting for those guys every time they're out there, and seeing so many guys get hits. Jazz come through with a clutch triple there, and then obviously Louis and Ramos doing their thing, hitting balls hard, and then usual suspects like Rice and everybody else hitting the ball hard too. It's just fun to be a part of and fun to contribute in the lineup.
But
it's fun to play at that ballpark too.
Come Sunday, he might be in Scranton. Now, it'll only be for a little while. What's Sunday, the 23rd?
Mm-hmm.
So then he can come back up on September 1st. But,
it's a week.
It's a week. But, a week is a long time when you're down to the final, 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a tough decision. That's why Stanton is going to wait until September 1st because they don't want to have to make another tough decision of sending somebody else down to make room for him. But, I think there's so many options, and with Bellinger coming back and Stanton coming back, I understand the apprehension about Judge. But help me out with this, guys. So I listen to Michael Kay going into our show. And Michael's been bullish on the Yankees the way I have because of the way they played with all the injuries. And he has to fight off the audience about him being a shill, that he's just a lackey for the Yankees. Why is he so positive? You would think that'd be coming from Met fans and non-baseball. It's coming from actual Yankee fans. Why will you guys not buy in to what this team is doing? I understand it shouldn't be this way, but in the moment, why are you not excited? They just swept the Orioles. I know the Orioles stink. Baseball stinks right now.
Yeah.
You're going to give back the chair. Let me ask you this. If baseball stinks, if the Yankees win the World Series, you're going to give the trophy back and say, sorry, we won it in a year where everybody stinks. No, you're going to try to take advantage of it. And I'm not telling you that you should be screaming from the rooftops that you got the best team in baseball, but I keep repeating myself. The last time they were this compromised by injuries, they finished 2 games above 500 and missed the playoffs. So, all right, worry about the Cashman's a bum and Boone should be fired. Save that all for the offseason if they don't win, or if we go through this again next year. But right now, I'm sorry, you've got a winning baseball team that's finding ways to win. They just swept the Baltimore Orioles. They've gained 3 games in a week on Tampa. They could still win the damn division. They could still finish with the best record in the American League. I mean, come on, guys. You complain more about them than people that hate you do.
And I know
I'm talking to you, Alan, because you're the fan, and you seem to lean towards those people.
Yeah. Those people. Well, I'll tell you what, though. I can tell you why they feel the way they feel. I heard Michael today, and he pulled out the sword and said, bring it on. And he's right to do that. I don't think what he's saying is being a shill. I think he sees every day, and I go through this with the Knicks. You see every day, and you try to convince people, listen, I know – remember, Don, I was kind of doing this throughout the regular season, wasn't I? I was kind of saying, God, something's coming around, something you're seeing something with this team. I was trying to convince you there was something about that team, and not everybody wanted to believe it, and everybody thought, oh my God, they're going to lose to Atlanta, all that stuff. I think when you see it that often and that close, and there's something here, you got to trust somebody like Michael who sees it every day, that he's not going to say that if it's not really there. It doesn't do him any good to do that. So I will always defer to him when he points out that stuff. But I know I know how I feel, and I know what most Yankee fans who say I can't watch this team, or they frustrate me, or I can't trust them. I know why they're saying it.
All right. Well, tell me why, and I'm going to tell you why you're full of it when we come back. 1-800-919-3776. Lee Goldberg will join us a little bit later on in the 3 o'clock hour to just kind of firm up the forecast for Hawthorne tomorrow for the Mark Sasso.
Because you're ready to pretty much spike the football here. I mean, it's looking.
I'm a big hourly guy. I look at the hourlies, and I'm seeing no rain between the hours of 4
looking pretty
and
good.
8 o'clock.
European models, they're in.
And the so the European models, they're all over the place, man. The Wag Field is going to be crawling with them tomorrow, so swing by. Swing by for the European models and to find out what Michael Kay said on the Kay Show. And if you're a diehard Kay Show fan, you know exactly what he said. Mm-hmm. Just don't repeat it, please. I don't want you to have to do that. But, Alan, talk to me about Rings End.
I will. It's Alan Hunt here to tell you about Rings End because, as I told you about the project at the house, all done. My contractor, Michael Weldon, did a great job. And I love the fact that, people are now saying to him, hey, Alan talks about you. Yeah, Michael is a great contractor, but he's also smart. And when I said to him, we got to get a nice French door, we've got to work at Rings End, he said, absolutely. And he called them, and they worked together and came up with a great door that really was the centerpiece of the whole project. So why Rings End? Because they work with pro contractors like Michael who build and remodel for a living. The pros trust them, so that's why I trust them, and you can too. They have premium brands in windows, doors, decking, paint, lumber, kitchens, all the things you need to update and upgrade your home. Built to last high-end product lines that contractors like my guy Michael rely on. They do it right. They don't do it over. Now, I've told you this about Rings End. They're not a national chain. They don't have this big conglomerate of a company that they don't know who you are. They don't know your area. They're regional. They're Northeast. They have deep roots. Back to 1902, everybody. That's right. That's 124 years to you and me. They have 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County. They have 12 freestanding paint centers as well. Paint. Oh, by the way, refresh your house with just a little bit of paint. Benjamin Moore, the best paint you can get. If you want, they'll ship the paint to your house. You don't have to go to the store if you know the colors that you want. Now, if you can't make it to a store, like I just pointed out, the different places they have, you can just shop online at ringsend.com. That's right, ringsend.com.
All right, lots to do. 1-800-919-3776. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. ENN at 6. Take you right up to 7 o'clock. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
ESPN New York and MSG Network are joining forces.
Big news, Jazz hands.
Start your mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg, live on the MSG Network. Then stick around for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live on MSG every afternoon.
We are beyond excited to start simulcasting on MSG Networks.
So think about this real quick second. You got us in the morning 6 to 10. You got our afternoon show 3 to 7. And then right after that, you're talking Knicks, you're talking Rangers.
Oh yeah. You wake up, you pop it on again, and there we are, waiting for you. Good morning.
ESPN New York and MSG Network, together like never before. It all starts Tuesday, September 8th.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Calling hard seltzer lovers. Searching for the tastiest seltzer? Look no further. Neutral Vodka Seltzer is absolutely delicious. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral keeps it tasty with every sip. With flavors like peach, orange, strawberry, and pineapple, there's something for everyone. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 Anheuser-Busch. Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn? Paycheck after paycheck. And you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon and happy summer Friday, but not a happy ride on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Already a long line of brake lights starting to back up across the Verrazano into Brooklyn. You stay a little bit bunched up at the Goethals Bridge heading into Jersey. Going to be a gorgeous night for a ball game in the Bronx. Yanks are home. If you're getting a jump start at the inbound, George, not an easy ride. Going to run you at least an hour for the upper deck. Still have some road work on the span. Lower level, about a 30 to 40-minute wait. That construction being moved out of the way. Heading over to the outbound, George, all of your approaches are solid. Cross Bronx westbound, the worst of it, you're crawling from White Plains Road on through. Outbound Lincoln are you 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn, close to a half hour. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit TRA.com.
Big news for New York sports fans. DiPietro and Rothenberg, Hahn and Rosenberg, both are going to be on the MSG networks starting on September 8th. So you catch the morning show and the afternoon show on all of MSG Network's television and digital platforms. You can still catch us on 880. You can still catch us on ESPN New York's app and the YouTube, but also you can catch us on MSG. And starting September 8th, we're all excited to be a part of this, and it makes our shows even bigger to be on a big platform like that. Don't miss out. It's all starting September 8th on MSG Networks. So, Alan, as last we left you, you were telling us why you understand where Yankee fans are coming from, where it seems like I'm fighting with Yankee fans more so than Yankee haters about where this team stands right now.
Yeah, and here's where I think, and again, 800-919-3776, if you want to tell me if this is how you feel or if it's not, you feel a different way, that's what I need done. Because the way I feel it, and talking to other Yankee fans I know, seeing stuff that social media or what fans will say, and also listening to some of the callers that Michael took today, I think it's not about the current team. It's about the style of play. And there's a lack of trust because, confidence comes from demonstrated performance. And what have they demonstrated in the postseason over the last 10 years? That this style of play always finds it finds a way to run right into a brick wall when you go up against a team in a playoff series that knows exactly how to stop the way you want to score runs. And I think that's part of the problem. This does not feel like a team. And you're right, Don. See, a lot of us, we're myopic. We only watch the Yankees. We watch no one else. And by the way, I'm with Michael. If you're a Yankees fan and you say I stopped watching them, you're not a Yankee fan. So you can, miss me with that. I never understood that stuff. I'm not watching this team. Okay, you are. You are. Or at least you're going to keep up with them. But it is, though, frustrating. And Anthony and I have our side chats on Yankee games all the time, and it's a consistent thing about the lack of versatility with their offense and how it feels like there's only one way they can score. And if they don't have the big home run, look, yesterday they had a couple of big home runs. If they don't do that, there's no offense. And in the postseason, you face better pitching. You face teams that are setting up to beat you. They have matchups in their bullpen. Everything is there. We've seen it the last 10 years in the postseason. And I think that's part of the problem, Don. It is not that I don't trust this year. It's I know how they play, and I know what's coming in October. They're going to go up against, like last year, the Blue Jays. They're going to go up against a team like the Rays. They're going to go up against a team like the Reds. Whoever it is that is built to beat you, and they're going to completely snuff out your offense. Pitching, though, this year is better than usual and gives you a better chance, and that's my hope. But I'm telling you, that's why Yankee fans feel the way they do. At least that's what I hear.
You just got to – it's such a weird place to live where all you ever do in every single moment is look at the big picture. It's like a couple on their honeymoon worried like, by the time we have our third kid, man, we might be in a little bit of bad shape here. Can you just enjoy the moment? If they end up losing – to the Rays in the divisional round or don't make it to the World Series or if they do, then during the offseason, we can have that conversation, okay? But right now, missing all the pieces that they've missed to be a team that's still finding why does everything have to be both? No, you don't do both. You don't do both because you don't enjoy it.
Well, wait a minute. I enjoyed last night because I loved what Cole did. I love what Yarbrough did.
Why is this always the damn conversation? And then Michael's got to fend off Yankee fans for 2 hours on his show about how he's a shill because he thinks they're a good team and they're a fun team.
Well, I don't agree with that. I didn't say I agreed with that. I didn't say I agreed with that. But Peter, as a Celtics fan, their system right now at Missoula and the way they play, I know Celtics fans that they love the team. They hate the system because more often than not, it has cost them in the playoffs.
Correct.
The all or nothing threes.
But when
the playing was small.
No one looked at them getting to Philadelphia and going, well, they didn't have Tatum all year and they made it to the second round. They played Philadelphia. No,
the expectation in Boston is to win championships
because of the way, especially when you blew a 3-1 lead against Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But when that team was climbing up the Eastern Conference standings and eventually passed the Knicks and were the 2 seed without Tatum, I'm sure in Boston the Celtic fans were celebrating the fact that they were overachieving and having a lot of fun without their best player.
You might want to check how they felt after losing to the Sixers.
Well, you haven't lost to anybody yet.
Yeah, but hold on.
If you lose to the Rays, we can have the conversation.
But it's not a fair comp because you're now today loosely throwing around the word fun baseball because yesterday was fun. Let's not act as if more often than not it's been fun with this Yankee team.
2-1 games has not been fun.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got to be now. We're getting back to the snobbery.
Well, no, but Don, how
about the fact that they're
scoring
overachieving?
Runs isn't fun.
They're overachieving. They're winning. They're involved. They're alive.
But why is it?
You know what? The Mets have been entertaining. They're still 10 games under 500.
Is it overachieving to win games when you've got a great rotation? Is that overachieving? Isn't that what you should be doing?
Runs and still finding ways to win games when you lose 2 out of 3 to Toronto and still gain a game.
Now, to be fair, there was a large block, though, Don, from June 1st when Judge went down up until late July, that wasn't happening. And they were losing more than they were winning.
Understood.
And it was ugly to watch.
But
now,
they never
like I said,
buried
August
themselves.
has changed things a little bit.
But you're also looking at a fact that they're playing that way because they had no Judge and they had no Bellinger and they have no Stanton. And there were times earlier this year they didn't have Grisham. And they were piecing it together. And, yeah, a lot of times there was a lot of losing and a lot of frustration, but they've survived all of that to put themselves in a pretty good position here with 35 games left in the season.
But I think a season, is an emotional roller coaster.
But
You're
if
going to go through
everybody
these.
was healthy, Alan, if Judge was healthy and Stanton was healthy and Bellinger was healthy and they were playing like this, I would not take this tack. You should be disappointed they're battling for a wild card position with all these great players. But when you remove those great players, you might end up having to play without Aaron Judge, the best player at least in the American League, if not all of Major League Baseball, for 3.5 months and not have your season completely disintegrate. So why is it always the wide-angle lens with this team? It just can't be the moment. Yeah, I'll be right there with you. If they get swept by the Rays in the second round, then we can have the conversation. Ill-conceived team. They don't bunt. They don't play small ball. They don't create. Cashman didn't do enough at the deadline. I'll be right there with you. And I've been right there with you every offseason when this team hasn't won. But in this particular moment, with everything they've been up against, can't you just at least enjoy the fact that the team is winning and surviving? What's going to happen, Alan, if they win the World Series? Are you going to sit there and go, yeah, we won the World Series, but still, I don't like the way the team's built, and baseball kind of stinks right now? That's exactly what you're going to do because that's all Yankee fans do.
Again, you just lived through this Knicks season that was the same roller coaster of they win the NBA Cup, then they go in this swoon over 11 games, and now it becomes they got to trade Cat. They should have went and got Giannis. Like there was misery in the middle of it all, right? There was always that. Mike Brown shouldn't have been the choice, and he was a back. They should have kept Tibbs, and like that's how a season goes. It's an emotional roller coaster. I understand that there's times when you root for a bad team and they're bad right in the middle, and it just disintegrates. You don't feel anything anymore. The Yankee thing is a constant. Like they're really good. Are they good enough to finally win a championship? It's been a long time, and then injuries happen, and the way they play, and then you get frustrated again. The pitching's good enough, though, which puts that vibe in your head of, man, for the first time in a long time, they've got legit starting pitching. There's a chance. The American League sucks. I told you this the other day, the urgency of they got to get it now.
But
so you start to feel the anxiety of, this has to get done now. As a fan, you start looking ahead. I know you hate that, but that's what
But it's a terrible comparison for two reasons. Number one, when the Knicks went through a swoon, they were whole. So people were wondering, is this team good enough? Are they going to have to trade Cat? Like the Yankees go in a swoon because they lost some of their best players. And also you're talking about a team that the year before went to the conference final for the first time in 25 years. Yankees are just in the World Series 2 years ago.
Understood.
So come on, man.
But it's still the same feeling of a fan. The fans do. This is what you do during the season. You ride the roller coaster.
Not like
But
this.
the Yankee thing. But you also know, and I know you hate it, but this is reality. And I said it's the same thing. The Celtics are this way as well. There's very few fan bases that have this feeling of, if we're not playing for a championship, then this is like, what are we doing? Because your expectations are higher. So every year, yes, you're good. You expect to be good.
You're missing players, and you're still the favorites to come out of the American League.
Are they?
So they're still competing for a championship.
Are they still, Peter?
The last time I checked, they were.
The betting favorites to go to the World Series.
Take a look at it
League.
and find out. I would not be surprised if they still are, because they're going to get terrific players back, and they're only 4 out of first place.
That part, like I said,
Dodgers are plus 170. They are the favorite.
Well, no. Yankees out of the
AL.
Okay.
Yankees are first.
Yankees still okay.
So you're talking about competing for a champ? You are. Sorry, it's not sexy enough for you. They're not showing you enough legs. Sorry. You come across like a snob, Alan. I'm sorry.
I don't know why that's snob.
I'm talking
just
to you because you're the Yankee fan.
I get it.
That's how they all look at it. That's how the world looks at that.
It's just the way it is. It's.
Well, get over it, man. Because it's the same fan base that can enjoy. I was talking about with Peter last night at dinner. You couldn't even enjoy the 62 home runs. Well, it doesn't matter until he hits in the postseason. Like, if all it's Chevy, and I'm telling you,
I don't buy any of that.
We'll be on the day after they win a championship, and I'm going to take phone calls where people say, "Yeah, they won the championship, but Cashman still sucks, and Boone still stinks, we should be winning every year." Like,
they win a World Series.
You don't appreciate what you got, man. You've got a Cadillac in your driveway, and you think you got a Volkswagen Beetle. You almost need therapy, man.
I told you,
you need
all
help.
revert to our standard wherever we are in life,
you
right?
need help.
But seriously, though,
it's a real sad ass existence. Seriously, it is.
This is like saying to somebody who has money, just be happy that you have money. But no, you always want more. That's just how it is.
Yeah, and those
so I'm
people
already
are
used to
weirdos,
being
too.
at a level.
And if those people that are billionaires who aren't happy because they want to get another billion, those are weirdos too.
But I don't think the Yankees right now are billionaires. But the Yankees aren't billionaires right now.
No.
The Yankees are like, they're doing well. They're doing well for
really
themselves.
well.
They're doing well for the.
But you feel like they could be doing better.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, one World Series since the core four. I mean, they're doing well, but they're not living on the they're not living the high life every day.
Oh, and I'm Peter. I'm with you most of the time. If you listen to the show at the end of the season, if they fail to win the championship, but when there's a year where you suffer those injuries and you're still alive, and last weekend you lose 2 out of 3 to Toronto and you feel like you're dead again, and then you turn around and you sweep Baltimore and you're starting to score some runs now, and now Bellinger's coming back on. Instead of hearing Yankee fans getting excited, all I'm hearing Yankee fans is complain, and it's a little disconcerting. I'm sorry. And I'm not even a Yankee fan.
I don't disagree with that part. I told you recently, this team has given you reason, especially with the starting pitching, to say to yourself, I like where this is headed. As I said, Boone, you could tell he's trying to figure out who's in my circle of trust. That's all good stuff. But it doesn't mean you don't have that worry in the back of your mind, because when October comes, we have seen this same broken record year after year.
Well, here's what we should do. I think we should talk to some people. 1-800-919-3776. People are calling in and want to talk about these Yankees. Also, I want to remind people, guys, we do have Fraud Alert Friday coming up at 4:30.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to get in on a fraud conversation that's been out there, you've been meaning to get to us, today's the day. DHRESPN@gmail.com. Send your fraudulence questions in ASAP.
What is that again? DHR?
DHRESPN.
Okay.
At gmail.com.
gmail.com. And we'll check in with Lee Goldberg to get an update on the weather for Sasso and Hawthorne tomorrow. But we'll get to your calls. Fraud Alert Friday, as Peter said. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Kenny here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of the guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's a delicious, portable, zero-sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on summer with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7 o'clock, 1-800-919-3776 to talk about the Yankees. But Mark Sasso's softball tomorrow at 5 o'clock, Wagfield, Hawthorne, New Jersey, concerned about the weather. And whenever you're concerned about the weather, you check in with Lee Goldberg, the great Lee Goldberg, 30 years
it's LG.
Working for Channel 7 ABC, and he joins us here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Hi, Lee.
Hey, guys. I appreciate that intro. Very kind of you.
Of course. I know you only have a limited amount of time, so... You've done the work. You've checked the models. How are things looking at around 5 o'clock in Hawthorne, New Jersey for my charity softball game?
I think you're playable. I do. I think there's a little patchy light rain that starts the day tomorrow. I mean, it's not the most beautiful summer day. There's a lot of clouds around. I think that during the afternoon there are widely scattered showers into the early evening. So can I give you 100% that you're not going to get a light shower that rolls through? I can't tell you that, but I can. I think you're playable. I think you can play through whatever comes through, and there's also a good chance you just might be dry and in the low to mid 70s.
Well, you know what? It's not terrible. I really appreciate that you did the work for us. You're the best.
No, it's a complicated forecast. It's like we don't have summers anymore. We just, we're either 110 degrees or we rain 3 inches an hour. So it's nice to do.
And I just threw it out there. 30 years with us here at Disney. I'll be celebrating 25 years next week, and I'm looking forward to getting my Tinkerbell. What did you get for 30 years with the company?
I think I have a Jiminy Cricket on the way. I think that's the latest. That's very excited about
Jiminy
that.
Cricket is considered that high level here. I did not realize they felt that way about him. Yeah.
Well, we're both the same size, so it works out.
I want to ask you one more thing while we have you, Lee. We're seeing such insane images from yesterday, not just of the tornadoes in Atlantic Beach, but like just this general rain thing in New York City. What level of concern do you have that one of these storms is going to hit and something just absolutely unmanageable and truly problematic is going to happen in Lower Manhattan or the boroughs?
Yeah, high level. And I'm not talking about just a tropical system. I just think our atmosphere is waterlogged. Obviously, it's warming. This is making these storms supercharged. So instead of what we used to forecast 15, 20 years ago, half-inch of rain per hour, you get these rainfall rates of 3 inches an hour. Manhattan can only really withstand the infrastructure less than 2 inches per hour. So, yeah, we're going to have to get used to more flooding rains like this. So as much as I want summer to continue, I want to get to the drier season of fall. And with an El Nino, you don't see as many tropical systems. So hopefully we can get a break from that and start to dry out a little bit. But, yes, it's a combination of us making change, but also we need ongoing infrastructure change in our city because we're going to have to tackle more of these storms.
I hear you, Lee. Great job as always. Love watching you every single day. And we'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for the good
Thanks,
forecast.
Lee.
Good luck tomorrow. Thanks.
I just want to let people know Lee was not available today, but he loves us, and he worked it out. He was on all day on ABC 7, and he politely declined earlier, but then decided, you know what, we were worth it. So he's worth it. So I wanted to give him a shout out for that.
Yeah, he's gold standard. We love Lee. That's I miss seeing him. Like we used to always see him in the building and stuff like that.
He misses Musk.
That was always.
No, we would see him
like
in the commissary. I see him occasionally at Flick. Flick is our new commissary we're able to go to, which is catty corner to the where our studios are. And I do see him on occasion.
We used to all be in the same building. That was
it was good to see everybody.
I usually see him every Friday.
There you go.
There you go. Well, then
he is,
you see him today. But that's good. That is good news. But it is interesting what he said, and it is something because you see a lot of people that talk about how again, Jacob talked about he couldn't get on the subway for an hour. Like there is something that's happening within the city. I was talking about the Long Island Expressway and how it floods at this one area now all the time, and I never remember that happening before. And what he said is a great point. It's not built to withstand more than 2 inches of rain per hour, and we are getting that.
Yeah.
And that's something that, it's just something's got to give, which means they've got to get ready for more construction because they're going to have to fix or upgrade whatever drainage that we have in some of these key areas, especially the subways, because it doesn't look like this is ever going away. This has become the new normal, these heavy downpours that we're getting and some of this weather. So just be ready for that.
All right, 1-800-919-3776. Let's go back to the Yankees, and let's start it all off with Christian in Massapequa. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Christian?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate you taking my call. So I wanted to disagree with Don, something you said earlier. I know it's probably frustrating hearing Yankees fans complain about the team all the time, but I feel like we could always play this game and say, they're not perfect, but at least they're not the Mets. At least they're not this other team that's struggling to make the postseason. I feel like it's two completely different situations. Like, you look at the Yankees run in 2017, one game away from making the World Series. You had a phenom in Judge, obviously, and you added Stanton. I feel like the expectations were so high with the fan base, and every single year it's just been heartbreak. So I feel like there'd be no other reason to think that it wouldn't end the same way.
But why are you already concerned about the end when you're doing so well without those guys? Now, listen, if Judge comes back, Stanton, Bellinger, and they get bounced early again, Christian, I'll be right there with you. Like, what's the matter with this team? Why can't they seem to get over the hump? But you're missing those guys, and you're making it work. That's all you do is it just seems like the complaints are always why would you be focused on them failing when everybody comes back instead of just living in the moment?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Like, they can definitely be pessimistic at times. Like, I'm one of them. But I just feel like when you go through the whole situation year after year, and obviously the trade deadline, a lot of people feel like they didn't do enough. There's no reason. The goal is obviously to win a championship. There's nothing they've showed you.
Well, what did you want them to do with the deadline? Did you want them to give up Lombard to get the catcher? Did you that? Unless you think Brian Cashman's lying, and Jake Assman is somebody on our air that thinks he was.
No,
everybody was asking for Lombard. Everybody was asking for Moon and the Stars. And
can confirm.
I just don't. And thank you, Christian, for the phone call. I don't know what else they could have done. I just think that. For some reason, you were just fixated on it's championship or bust. But every once in a while,
every year,
you get a season where, hey, look at we're overachieving. Because the reason you're not hitting is because 3 of your best hitters aren't in the lineup. There's a reason for that. If you were sitting here 4 games out of first place with Judge, with Bellinger, with Stanton, I'd be saying, listen, this team's grossly underachieving. What's going on here? But there's reasons why you're not hitting. And you're already projected out and forecasted, when these guys come back, they're going to fail. We're not going to win the championship again. It hasn't even happened yet. And there's a chance. There is a chance, Alan. And you're not going to find out because guys are going to come back, that you could make a run as presently constituted. That's how bad the American League is. So I just don't know why now you still seem to pick, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. Well, no, they're doing more than they really should be considering the guys that are out of the lineup.
At this moment, yes. I think that's Alan, could you agree that right now that's true? But I think what Don is slightly doing is overlooking like the previous several weeks where they weren't really overachieving.
But there was a reason why they were in that situation, and yet they're still alive.
Yeah, but that's what I've been trying to say. When it got to 7 games back, and the Red Sox were a half game on your tail, that week that I was saying by the end of this week they could be in third place, like. That was the worst of times. Since then, it has completely turned,
and
I think
turn-
I've told you that I have gotten a little bit more optimistic, and I felt good. And now it becomes this thing. And I know you hate this, Don, but this is what happens: is you start now looking forward. If they can get Judge back, they got to get healthy. But I don't know, like, what's Judge going to be? Like, you start to just think this stuff out because you can't help
what?
it.
You're missing having a little fun.
I am
that
having
turning
fun.
point.
I can
that
do
turning
both.
point was coming back from 2-0 down with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning.
I know that
scoring 2 runs, winning an
was
extra
a
innings
big
against
win.
the Braves.
And I loved it. I enjoyed that moment.
Well,
and
by
then
the way,
after that moment is when I said, boy, now if they can, like, you can't help it, but this is what you do. You live in the moment while also thinking ahead.
Well, Max Schumann back because they had to put Ryan McMahon on the 10-day IL.
Yeah, the thumb.
Because of his left thumb. So the injuries continue to pile up. More of this, 1-800-919-3776. Fraud Alert Friday at 4:30. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to Yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@Yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit Yankees.com/groups today.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Upgrade your outdoor living space with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking from Rings End. Picture this, a deck that's the highlight of your backyard, turning heads season after season. Now, imagine 20, 30 years later. It's still going strong. And here's the best part. You haven't spent a moment sanding, staining, or sealing it. Visit your local Rings End for the stunning real wood looks of TimberTech decking, paired with the kind of durability that only advanced engineering can deliver. Backed by industry-leading warranties, TimberTech is the decking that performs for decades. Ask for it locally at Rings End.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. And in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up, it's free. Come in for a complimentary mattress consultation and get a free travel neck pillow, no purchase required. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are the 2026 NBA champions. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
4:03 in the big city. Don Hahn and Rosenberg with you until 7 o'clock. We had a full frontal today. In case you missed the big news, DiPietro and Rothenberg and Don Hahn and Rosenberg are going to be on the MSG Network starting Tuesday, September 8th. You can catch the morning show and the afternoon show simulcasted across MSG Network's television and digital platforms. You still can catch us on 880 AM and the ESPN app and, of course, YouTube. But now we've got a major component, one of the best regional networks in the entire country, MSG. We're going to be on it. Very cool when you pop on MSG. They already got it on the bottom line, which is awesome. Don't miss out. It all starts September 8th on MSG Networks. Had a moment because I was talking with Peter about, we were talking last night about, like Maya getting older and the different milestones. So I was upstairs during the break, and Marco, it's just me and Marco today.
All right.
Okay. The boys.
And he wanted an Italian ice. And what we do is you got to get the Italian ice out of the freezer, and it's right in the bottom. And I didn't have enough time to do it. And you put it in the microwave, 16 seconds, kind of loosen it up a little bit so he can eat it. So I said, listen, buddy, we're going to have to wait till the next break. I don't have time to go fish through the freezer. And I go upstairs, and I'm fishing through the freezer to make it for him. And I turn around. He's eating the Italian ice. He did it all himself.
Yeah, I got it, Dad. I'm good.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Yeah, no, I got this. You want one?
All right, so
I'll make one for you.
Well, but it's just it's so Peter, you're gonna love those like little moments where all of a sudden there's the independence of it all, and you're so used to having to do everything for them, and now they're dressing themselves and go upstairs and brush your teeth. I still sometimes have to go up there to monitor the situation because they might go up there and then not come back down.
Go rogue.
But you know, you just kind of like supervise the situation. But they start to all of a sudden know how to do stuff. So
that's cool.
I had
a lovely morning getting Maya up, giving her milk, and hanging out when she first got up, and then she just wanted to go sit in her little book area and read her books.
Stop it.
And so I laid down next to her. And she would just go grab a book and then sit there and babble her way through it, and it was the cutest thing ever. She didn't even need me to do anything. I mean, she's not reading the books, but she's kind of reading the books.
Yeah, well, this is where it all starts.
While we're doing this, let me shout out Matt Martin. He's running his hockey academy this week.
Yeah,
at Northwell, right? Ice, whatever it's called. It's their Islanders practice facility, basically in Uniondale, and he has a camp for kids, and it's just 1 million kids. They all want to be there because he's on the ice with them, and he loves it. This is the last day of the camp. In the 2 days ago, he named Callie as the camper of the day.
All right.
She had a really good day, I guess. He presented her with a jersey signed, like an actual, like it was pretty amazing to give something like that out for a camper of the day type award. So it just shows you, again, he's a classy guy, but he does so much for the kids and so much for his foundation that this is all for. But he's not one of these guys that puts his name on a camp and shows up one day.
Right.
Every day he's there, and so she's had a great time, and I just appreciate him singling her out for the day. She'll never forget it. She's so proud of this jersey, and the fact that he personally signed it is really cool.
And since you brought up the Islanders, they have announced what that third alternate jersey is going to be, and it's the blue
the lighthouse. It's the correct choice. The fans voted. So
they love the lighthouse.
You can't complain. If the fans voted, that means the majority of the fans wanted this. It's the right thing to do. It acknowledges the history of Long Island, the 20-plus lighthouses that we have around this island. The Montauk Lighthouse is like a historic monument, basically, right? Like it's part of the fabric of Long Island, so it celebrates that. And for all you fish sticks people, it's still the same color scheme idea of the fish sticks jersey, just without the dopey fisherman. So I think everybody wins. It's a real. I don't know if you saw the presentation.
I thought it was terrific.
The navy blue is gorgeous.
But just the whole
really
thing
nice
with the storm, the ocean, and it shows the lighthouse. No, they did a really good job with it on social media.
Yeah,
so
they did a great job. The Islanders did. So give them props for that.
1-800-919-3776. Rico is in Buffalo. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Alan, I'm enjoying listening to you, but I'm going to give you fair warning, buddy. Mm-hmm. Don't argue Yankee baseball with Don. Do you have any idea how many years he spent on the air with Michael? And Don, congratulations. You've really, really tuned into the game of baseball. I've been listening to you for over 20 years.
He's finally learning the game. Yeah,
and
finally came
and
around.
You really, your knowledge is just through the roof. One quick thing for you, Peter.
Sure.
Yeah, but for some reason, these callers are getting just more mean and just they're imbecilic. I mean, you won't believe the calls that Michael's getting that he's got to fight with all day. 2 callers called in today to complain about you.
To Michael?
And I just wanted to Michael's show to complain about Peter.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
to say personal things that they don't like about Peter Rosenberg.
What?
And Michael shut him right down, and he had your back.
That's my guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Wow.
He had your back, Peter. So don't ever forget that.
You know what? I never would. I appreciate it.
Don, you're doing a great job. And Alan, I'm enjoying listening to you. I've become an Al-Anon fan, and
I'll take it.
It takes years and years of knowledge, and it's showing in Don McGreca.
Yeah,
finally.
Well, I worked with him. I did the work. I would sit with him. We'd go over the score. We'd bring a scorecard, go to the ball game together. And
Yeah, Peter, you really have brought Don along to a point where now he can
Thank
really
you.
fluently talk baseball.
And Rico, thank you for the phone call.
That's very
Rico,
nice,
of course,
Rico. Thank
Rico
you.
is our, you ever watch YouTube guy? I don't know if you guys can recognize the voice.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yes.
You ever watch YouTube?
Wow.
That's our guy, Rico. Roberto is in the Bronx. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Roberto?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Don, Allen, Peter? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
I love it.
I got I have to agree with my man Alan Hahn 1,000% and disagree with Don. So hopefully he doesn't curse me out.
Okay.
All
So
right.
first of all, this has to do with the Yanks. I understand all the commotion. I understand what Michael K. I love Michael K. Michael K. is my guy.
Sure.
I've been listening to Michael K. when I was going through some rough times. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say that he's drinking the Kool-Aid, but he's sure trying to convince people to see things the other way when it's actually not. Because, like he says, if you're watching what I'm watching, well, we are. And I have to disagree with him wholeheartedly because before Judge went down, first of all, Judge was batting .244 when he got hurt. Let's get that out the way. Stanton has been a non-factor all year. Bellinger was hot in May, hasn't seen the light of day since. This was before Judge went down. Before Judge went down, Chisholm, Grissom, Wells, McMahon, they were all still batting under 240, 230.
But I'm going to sound like Michael K.
was
Roberto.
a major issue. Tell me.
Are you telling me with a healthy Judge they wouldn't be better than they are right now?
Not as much as y'all trying to make it seem he will be because he's not a Superman.
But Roberto, they don't need to be that much better. They're 4 games out from being the best team in the American League. I'm sure Aaron Judge would have won at least 4 games if he had been healthy.
I agree with you, but at the end of the day, if Judge would have went down and he was batting 320, 330, I would agree with you 100%. But Judge was batting 244 when he went down in a terrible slump before he went down. You don't have to believe me. You can look it up.
He was.
You can look it up.
I don't
You
have to look it up.
believe
I
me.
know, but it was also in late May. The Judge doesn't get the benefit of the doubt that he might have actually gotten better. They wouldn't be better with a healthy Aaron Judge. Come on, man.
I don't think he's saying right now. I think what he's saying is the reason for the consternation for most of this season has been because for a bulk of the last couple of months, save the last couple of weeks in August, but May, June, and July were not glorious months of baseball for the Yankees.
No, they weren't. But
That's
here
a
we
real
are.
thing.
Here we are, alive.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not telling you that you
exciting.
shouldn't come on. If Judge and everybody comes back and this team gets beat by the Rays, I'll be right there with you with the pitchfork saying, this team is ill-conceived.
You saying that is this is what I'm going to tell you. It reminds me of, because I wanted to come back at you on that. What you know better than anybody that what fans do is prepare themselves for the worst. So if it doesn't happen, they can feel better about it. You know that. So what do you do? You start saying, well, come August, you know what's going to happen.
Well,
so you save yourself the agony of, I felt so good about this, I was such a fool to believe in it, right? You know that happens to most fans.
I know,
Not
but
all,
this is
though.
a team.
And
but
probably a silent majority of Yankee fans
if they're
that
paying
feel
close
great.
attention, most of that consternation comes from the fact that they don't like Boone, that the team can't win one-run games in the postseason. Well, maybe you're seeing that maybe things are changing.
Well,
that maybe, because maybe Boone deserves a lot of credit for where this team is right now. And that maybe once they get everybody back, because they've basically been playing playoff games for the last 2 months, that maybe this will start to turn around.
Okay, Brian says this on Twitter. Oh, yes, we will hear and read Cashman and Boone suck. These types of Yankee fans say they lose because of them but win in spite of them.
Right.
And he's
That's
right.
That's
there
why
is a
if
large
they win,
portion of the fan base that will always, no matter what happens, they're just mad at those two guys.
And I really do believe, Alan, and I could be wrong about this, but the day after they win the World Series, if they won a World Series, it would still be, I still think they suck. I still think they need to be gone because we're supposed to win more. We're the Yankees. And not appreciate, because this team could still win. You were talking like you're supposed to be competing for a championship. Believe it or not, you are. As much as it doesn't feel like it because it's been one of those weird seasons, you are in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas has you as the favorite to come out of the American League. The Dodgers just had a 7-game losing streak. Milwaukee never wins in the postseason. I wouldn't bet the Yankees to win the World Series this year.
But wait a
But
minute.
I'm saying
Why
they are
wouldn't you?
in the conversation to do it.
See, you can't say one thing and then say another like
Why
that.
can't I?
Well,
because
what
I
can you
do
tell
think
me?
the Dodgers are
They're
still
right there. They're in a
they'll
great
clean
position.
it up.
If they're in a great position, why wouldn't you say they're the betting favorite?
Well, I mean, I would bet them to come out of the American League.
The Dodgers are all banged up. They haven't really.
But I'm
they've
just
been kind
saying, I'm not. My point was, I am not predicting them to win because I do think the Dodgers are going to clean it up. But you're still in the conversation to win a champion, and if it's so weird. Like Peter, I'll do some guest spots every once in a while in Toronto or wherever, usually around the hockey season.
Okay.
And for years I'll do it, and I'll always get the inevitable question like, hey, things going crazy in New York, like, oh, the fans must be crazy going nuts about the Yankees. And I'm like, they hate them. They all the calls we get are they're not going to win.
They're disgusted by everything about
them. And they're always taking it back. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's different. And I get it. You're the Yankees and you're supposed to win. And the bar is set higher than for other franchises, maybe all the franchises in all the sports. But this year, with all the injuries, like I said, the last time you had this many injuries, you were done. You were cooked. You finished 82-80. You missed the playoffs. That's not the case here. So both could be true. The wide-angle lens, I'm not in love with the way this team is built. I don't think they can sustain. But right now, you could have some fun with what's happening here. You're overachieving, and just to think about getting those guys back, even Stanton, even a Yankee fan that hates the team, loves Stanton and what he does in the postseason. Well, guess what? You're going to get him back
as a pinch hitter
a month before the season starts.
See, again, Don, like Ed, you have to
before the postseason starts.
The context of what you're saying, though, has to also include that Judge will probably, most likely, be a DH this whole way, right? Which
Maybe.
Now complicates all the other things with the lineup. Him in the lineup is great, but understand that it does still impacts the lineup if he's a DH, and now you have somebody else in right field, and now you can't use Stanton as a DH.
True,
it's not as good as you.
But here, what's interesting is, and if that costs you a championship, it won't be because Boone sucks. It won't be because they can't win in the postseason. It'll be because Judge got hurt, couldn't play the out. Like, there'll be a reason for it. Another thing that they would have to find a way to overcome. Let's go to Al in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys. How are you?
What's up?
Big fan. Pete, Pete, you're the best part of the show, man.
Uh-huh.
And Alan, Nixon 5, and Don. So my beef is with you, my friend.
Here we go. Let's get to it.
Yeah, here we go. So I am that statistic that you hear, right? That for if emergency costing $400.
Oh, we lost the line.
No.
See,
what are you
once
gonna?
he
What
said,
are you
Peter,
gonna
You're
do?
the best part of the show. Someone said this can't
That's
go
it.
on.
Yeah.
That's part of the show, and they can't afford to pay their phone.
See?
bill.
No, somebody cut him off.
I didn't. Nobody cut him. Don't throw that out there.
That's a big
I don't have the
accusation.
ability here to do that.
That is a big accusation.
Wow. I went to
I
him.
feel like
Well,
we'll
I can
see.
tell you that
He'll call back.
I like it.
People know when you get disconnected. That was a line.
You're confident that was disconnected.
But please call back. There is a line open for you to be able to call back. Let's go to Steve in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. Just to start off, Don, did you say Hawthorne's in Central Jersey?
No, I live in Central Jersey.
When you open this?
No, I live in
live in Central Jersey. Okay,
I'm from Hawthorne. That's where that's where the Sasso softball is going to be. That's where my mom lives, and that's clearly North Jersey. I'm located right now in Central Jersey, so yeah.
Gotcha.
And a lot of people think Central. Like if you ask Jalen Brunson, he'll tell you that Somerset is in North Jersey because he doesn't believe there is a Central Jersey.
He doesn't believe there's a Central Jersey.
But I believe there is a Central Jersey.
I'm not a big Central Jersey guy either. Just two quick points. I'm a Cowboy fan, and I remember during the 2 Super Bowl runs, Giant fans hating Eli Manning. Oh, he's not this, he's not that. He never shows any emotions. Right. And I always said to them, I said, guys, he's got the goods. I'm like, oh, he only gets in the playoffs 2 times. When he gets in the playoffs, he wins. But I was a Cowboy fan, almost like you're a Met fan looking at the Yankees saying, what are you guys, stupid? Like I was a Cowboy fan saying, dude, this guy's got it. Like, I think you have to look at it a little bit from the outside to see it, and I am a Yankee fan as well. And to get to my Yankee point, yesterday you were saying who's going to be the odd man out. If Ramos starts to hit a little better, do you think they would ever DFA Goldschmidt? Because now we got 3 other first basemen. He's batting 160. He helped us out a hell of a lot in the beginning of the year, but after that, I would rather have Jones as a defensive replacement for Goldschmidt.
Don, didn't we have this conversation right?
Yeah,
about
I brought it
Goldie
up to you, and I thought you had a great line.
The veteran guy's good to have in the clubhouse, good to have in the dugout. In a pinch hit situation, he's going to be ready. Jones, yes, I agree with Steve. Like he's
then I think Ramos should go then.
But the problem is you gave up 2 prospects for him.
If you're Cashman, you can't do that.
I
you're not wrong.
understand that, but we're trying to win a championship here.
I agree. You're not wrong. And they who was it that said? I think it was Jerry West's whole thing was like perpetuating a problem. If you see something that doesn't work, you just get out of it. It doesn't matter how bad you look. You get out of it because the worst thing you can do is perpetuate it by forcing it. It's like saying, I'm going to prove myself right. It's not about you. It's about what's best for the team. And I agree about Jones as a better fielding outfielder who does show you at times that he can adjust. Yeah. Goldschmidt is a vet that is widely respected. It's the reason why they brought him back. They love him in the clubhouse. You know what he can do in a pinch. His experience is valuable. To see him go, or even Rosario, I'd hate to lose a guy like that too. Popular guy in the clubhouse, a unifier. No, his numbers aren't great right now. I get that part of it. But there's just something about having guys like that in the postseason that I feel like is of value.
Yeah, listen, we're only talking about a week, Steve, of maybe Spencer Jones having to go to Scranton. So I mean, probably survive it. But here's the question, Steve, because September 1st, everybody's roster is going to expand. I'm wondering, is Goldschmidt going to be on the postseason roster? Like, if they know that I just don't think this guy's going to hang around, then you might as well DFA him because you're not going to use him for the postseason. But I'm with you. He can play first base in a pinch. He can. Now, maybe you don't need him to be the right-handed power bat off the bench because that's what Stanton is going to be for you. But having an extra veteran, been there, done that, all we're talking about is Spencer Jones having to go to Scranton for a week. Now, a week is, 6 games, and those are really important 6 games when you're down to your last 35, whatever. But he'll be back September 1st, and I think it's less of a problem because of how close we are to the rosters expanding.
Yeah, just a week away. That's all. These are good calls though. Like, we're not getting any whiners. We're getting some good explanations here, and I love this.
It's funny because before we lost Al, he was talking about how I like to judge how people or tell people how to be fans.
Good point.
He's going to hate this segment because it's Fraud Alert Friday.
It's literally where you tell
It's literally me telling you how to be a fan.
Should we have Al just come back on real quick because he is back?
Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
Oh, damn!
Oh my! Real quick, I got to talk to you guys about something. And that was a painful thing that just happened, and I'm feeling pain. So this summer, I made a decision that instead of living with the pain, I want to figure out what's going on. So I ran into Dr. Jay Shah from Samwell Pain, and I said, Doc, I've been dealing with some back pain, dealing with some issues here. What do you think we could do about it? And before I know it, we jump on a virtual call, we talk, And he starts sending me down the path, getting some MRIs, getting things looked at so we can come up with a plan. And without jumping to any sort of invasive procedure, we can deal with what I'm currently feeling and improve my back pain. So if you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, whatever it is, trust me, it is worth having the conversation. Go to samwellpain.com to learn more or schedule an appointment. Fraud Alert Friday is next right here on DHR.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
If you're living with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, migraines, nerve pain, or chronic joint pain, you don't have to just live with it. I'm Michael Kay, and I want to introduce you to Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Pain. Dr. Shah is Ivy League trained, double board certified, and specializes in non-surgical, image-guided treatments that help get to the source of your pain. With convenient offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Englewood, expert care is never far away. So if pain is keeping you from doing the things that you love this summer, take the first step toward relief. Visit SamwellPain.com to book your appointment online.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
Hey! My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Nassau County. Slow crawl on the LIE westbound right before Glen Cove Road. 3-car crash taking out the left lane and blocking part of the HOV. You're jammed there from Jericho Turnpike. You stay heavy on the westbound side. Some pockets of volume getting into Queens. Just packed on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Hitting the brakes there. Delays go back across the Verrazano onto the Brooklyn side. Inbound George doing a lot better. They picked up the roadwork on the upper deck, just about 20 to 30 minutes using 80, 95, and 46. We've got the Yanks home later on tonight in the Bronx. Deegan already packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Outbound Lincoln Orenia 20 to 30. Outbound Holland closer to 40. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Did you or someone you know participate in fraudulent fan behavior?
I'm a fraud with a capital F.
Is your friend a fraud?
I have been a complete and utter fraud.
Are you a fraud?
What is fraud?
Let's ask Don McGregor.
Screw! Go scratch yourself!
Brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
Fraud alert! Fraud alert!
There
Friday.
you go.
It's brought to you by D'Agostino Law.
D'Agostino.
There you go.
The only good moment from the Beach Bash.
Really?
Wow.
And then nobody died.
That we know of.
Marv
I got a
Evie.
problem with that. Take it up with Robert Plant.
I'm glad Marv Evie wasn't at there, by the way, because he'd be dead.
Yeah. 100 years old?
100, more like 100 years dead.
Yeah, never be someplace at that age where the temperature is higher than your age.
Can you believe that Morris came to the Beach Bash? Not Morris. Harry came to the Beach Bash.
That's right.
And Harry came to the softball.
Oh, listen, he was out and about.
I'm still heartbroken about Harry, I'll be honest with you.
I know, but it was a life well lived. It really was.
No,
But-
he did
and
great. He got
and
into his 90s. I don't think Michael would have taken it. But, you know.
Well, here's something. The oldest person on Earth had their birthday today.
I saw that, 117.
Yeah, 117, a woman in Britain. Would Michael take 117?
I think he would.
Come on.
Well, if he wouldn't, then he's not taking anything.
He wouldn't know that he's taking it. That's the thing. 117. I mean, how much do you really know what's happening around?
You always say that, Alan, but the thing is, there are people who, they're fine.
At 117.
Sure.
This woman seemed to be.
I think she's fine.
She got her wits about her?
Wait, I don't.
The interviewer?
I didn't see if there was an interview, but I have seen, like, in my experience, Don, when I've heard of those people who are, like, hitting records for old, it's not usually like that they're just, like, dragging out a vegetable and putting him out in the street. Like, these are usually people who've kept it together.
Yeah.
Her name is Ethel Caterham.
Born in 1909.
09.
Think of what she saw.
Speaking of fraud, by the way, guys, I don't know if you have the video on right now, but I have a wedding to go to, like, immediately. I'm running out of here to go to my friend Chanel's wedding.
Okay.
And so I'm, like, slowly changing as the day goes on, and now I've put on the shirt to see if I
am noticing.
See if I can fit into this thing, which is tough.
Changing on the fly.
I love it.
So I'm sort of fitting into this shirt. It's my wedding shirt. A little snugger than the
Can
old.
you not button that top button there?
No, I can. I practiced the button. The button's fine.
Well,
It's
you're
more
good.
like the lower belly part that's kind of
Oh, no.
hurting a tad.
Well, you're going to have a jacket on, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So
You
you're
won't know.
Nobody's going to know.
But
You
no,
don't want to look like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Boogie Nights.
But speaking of fraud, and that's the beauty.
Unbutton it.
That's the beauty of the black shirt, by the way. Even if the black shirt's barely staying on, no one can
It's
tell it's
slimming.
black. Yeah.
By the way, I should forward you guys when it's really a shame, Peter.
Sure.
When you were talking about how Maya left you because you wanted to just be alone and read.
Yeah.
Rick DiPietro sent a text.
Oh, no.
About my daughter. Be careful here, Rick.
So I'm going to forward it to you, and you tell me because it's not airworthy.
It doesn't have anything to do with my daughter, though, right?
Not kind of adjacent. Take a look at it.
You know what? That's a good one.
That is very
I'm not offended. That's good.
But I can't read it. And I feel bad. I shouldn't even bring these things up, but because, again, I will tell you what Rick texted if you come to the Mark Sassel
Right.
softball.
We'll
tomorrow.
share the text with you.
Yeah, we'll share it with you. We just can't do it on the air.
That's a very good one. Speaking of fraudulent, tell me an item dumber. Tell me an item dumber than cufflinks. Tell me.
No, don't do that.
Tell me an item dumber than cufflinks.
No, not dumb. Not at all.
Really?
Yeah. No, cufflinks.
Why are cufflinks
wonderful?
Why? How about a button? How about a button?
No, because the cufflinks add a little something, a little zhuzh.
No.
Looks nice.
No one sees
them.
them.
By the way, and I'll reveal, I've never shared this.
Go ahead.
My father, who, again, I lost back in 2006.
Yeah, so you're padding the conversation.
He left me with something, like he didn't leave it for me, but it was there on his dresser, and I took some things, and one of them was a beautiful pair of gold cufflinks. I've never really worn them.
Right, because
his initials.
Because they're a useless item.
Okay. The Knicks are down 2-1. I wore a shirt that needed cufflinks, and instead of grabbing like the usual ones that I have, I took my dad's.
Wow.
And I said, give us some magic, Dad.
He padded this
and
pretty
every single.
And it doesn't change anything for me.
I wore them for every game. Every game.
Okay, hold on. First of all, what do you?
The rest of the way.
Hold on, I got a lot of questions.
So they're very, very valuable to me.
Hold on. There's a lot of things going on. Number one, those sound great. So that's wonderful.
There's exceptions to everything.
But also, hold on. You were just using them as an accoutrement. You weren't wearing tuck shirts every game. You needed cufflinks, or you were just putting them in the shirt over the button?
Did you not notice that I had them like all the time? You never saw them on my cuffs?
No.
Oh, my God. Don, this is a moment.
Wait.
Don
notices
what
ashy elbows, but you don't notice gold cufflinks.
Don, cufflinks.
He's noticing ashy elbows.
But ashy elbows are in your face.
What?
When would we see them? You mean on the air when you're holding the microphone? That's the only time we could see it, maybe.
We were never together at any place?
Oh. Don, can I talk to you?
Yes.
I'm going to talk to you. So I'm not saying gold cufflinks wouldn't be cool, and my brother gave me cufflinks at my wedding.
Oh, there you go.
That are little silver, they're the 45 adapter that you'd put on a turntable.
Okay.
And they're really cool. I couldn't find them today. I have them. I couldn't find them.
That's awesome.
I'm not saying they can't be cool. I'm not saying they're not like a neat thing to have. I'm saying as a functional item, they are the dumbest thing ever made. Putting them on when, Alan, I'm not talking about just adding it when you have a button. When it's the only way you can close the shirt is with the cufflink.
It can be frustrating.
It is so irritating. I'm trying Don, it might take me the whole show.
Well, you shouldn't. See, that's also part of cufflinks is that little intimate moment where
someone does it for you.
Significant other, and she does it for you, and you're close in proximity, and you kind of eye contact and maybe a little.
And nothing more useful than an item, Don, that requires you getting dressed with someone else.
No.
That's always a situation I love to be in. All right, let's get into Fraud Alert Friday.
Yeah, let's do that.
Emails are in, dhrespn@gmail.com. We'll get started right here. Let's see. Oh, no.
Oh, dear God.
Already?
Yeah, Olin says, is Don a fraud for advertising himself as a stay-at-home television personality in 2026 with video and audio equipment that was outdated when he got it at high school graduation in 1986?
Who sent this?
That's Honeyman from Homedale.
Okay, right. That's definitely somebody that works at our station.
Do you think so?
Oh, I
got the light. I think I look good today.
No.
You look great
It's
today.
not good enough, though.
Oh, really, Peter? You still not liking it? I think it looks a lot better.
It's better, but I'm watching you guys both right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here in the studio, and I'm on the YouTube.
Yep.
Don's light is improved.
Yes.
But his camera quality is a full 50% worse than yours.
We do need to discuss camera quality, yes.
But I got an iPad.
But you need a new one. Why don't you do something nice for yourself?
No, he's making me buy him one because it's frustrating.
And now Alan's going to buy you one.
I'm going to buy you one. You're going to use it and you're going to like it.
But Alan, that's a huge. By the way, if you get him an iPad, I expect some sort of Christmas gift. You can't go buying $1,200 gifts for Don and not spend $50 for me.
That's true.
So if you buy Don $1,000 present, you know what? I would like something.
You don't need anything. What do you get for somebody that has everything?
A Starbucks gift card.
I mean, something.
He could use that.
But I like how Don's not fighting back. Don, instead of going, no, shut up, I'm going to get the iPad.
Yeah. He just
Jake,
sits there.
He's just laying back and going,
No.
I'll accept the gift.
No, I'm just
I'll
saying
take the free iPad.
This is what I'm fighting is this is what you're going to get.
No, it can't be. We're about to be on TV. Don, go on YouTube right now.
You're going to be in
honestly
bars
look
all
at yourself.
over New York City.
Go look at the video right now on YouTube, Don, and tell us the truth that compared to how I look right now and Alan looks right now, you think that's MSG worthy.
Let's work on this.
All right. We're gonna listen. That was just the email that came in. So
the email came in. Well,
You didn't have to read it.
At johnwinthrop.com. Let's see. Here we go. Growing up, I fell in love with the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
Later, they moved and became the Pelicans.
Correct.
Then the Hornets came back.
Right. They were the Bobcats first.
Am I a fraud for going back to the Hornets?
Oh, God.
Ooh, that's real. See, that's
That's never come up, but it's really interesting.
That is so good because, like the Browns, right? Like, what if you followed the Browns to Baltimore,
right?
And then the Browns come back? I say no fraud because you were forced to follow the Pelicans because the Hornets left. You were left with no choice. It was either I'm going to stop following my basketball because everybody's the same, right? For the most part. I don't remember if they change coaches or GMs, but the players are all the same, right? So you try to keep up appearances you follow. But the reason you fell in love with the Hornets is because you just the whole Charlotte thing, and then they come back. I think you should be allowed to go back. It's an odd circumstance. It doesn't always happen.
It
happened with the Browns. It's happened with the Hornets.
Right, Don? But it's in your market. Isn't that kind of your team?
Yeah, I mean, it happened with the Winnipeg Jets. I mean, there's so I think it's so rare.
I like
but
this
I
call.
can understand. You didn't do it because the team was bad and that team was better. You did it because it's back in the area. So no, I no fraud.
No fraud. I like that.
D'Agostino. I like what you did, Don.
Yeah.
Because what are you supposed to do? And it's really weird. Like the idea that you know your heart always loved this Hornets team, but you're sitting there rooting for the Pelicans now while this Hornets team is back. Why? Because you followed the franchise? No, it doesn't make sense. All right, guys. What's up, Judge LaGreca? How you doing? Okay,
What
here
up,
we
Eddie?
go.
How you living?
Back in elementary school, I followed suit and was a Bulls fan. After 98, I stopped watching basketball until 2013. When the Yankees weren't on, Rangers weren't on, neither were the Giants, but the Knicks were. Since 2013, I've fallen in love with the New York Knicks, and I've been a fan ever since. Consider myself a bigger fan than I ever was a Bulls fan.
Oh, boy.
My question to you, am I a fraud Knicks fan? Was I a fraud Bulls fan? Or no fraud at all? I was 12 years old in 1998.
You were certainly a
Thank you for your time.
Keep going.
P.S. I hope you're enjoying the engraved gavel I sent you.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. See what he's doing?
Stacking the deck.
He's part of the travel gavel.
Appealing to the court.
Because I got a gavel at the studio, I got the gavel at home, and I got the gavel that I travel with.
Wait, there's
the
three
engraved one is the one that I travel with, so I do appreciate that.
Travel gavel.
The travel gavel, yes. No, he's a fraud. He was a fraud for being a Bulls fan to begin with.
Yes.
Then he gave. Oh, all right. Oh, Jordan leaves. I'll stop following basketball. And then the Knicks get good. I'll start following.
Well,
because 13. That was, correct me if I'm wrong, Alan. The 54 win season, the Carmelo Anthony, that whole
13.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fraud.
I mean, you're the judge, so what do I?
But you're gonna.
Well,
argue
I
with
was
me?
just going to say that, like, yes, he's a fraud. I'd say he's mostly a fraud Bulls fan. I would stay sticking around, from if it's from 2013 for the rest of his life. I'd say as time goes on, you're just a real Knicks fan over time.
Well, I'm not saying he's not a real Knicks fan. But
You're saying he's
still
also a fraud.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, both of that could be true. I'm sure.
No, he's
I'm not
a real-
questioning.
You're not a
his
real Knicks fan if you originally were a Bulls fan.
Yeah, but I'm sure he lives and dies with the team now. But you're still a fraud. You could put a mask on it. You could put some makeup over it. Pimple's still there. People may not see it, but they you still see it. Put all the clear cell on you want.
But you're still
there.
You're still a zit-faced freak. That's what you're saying.
As a zit-faced freak in high school, yes, I was very traumatized by pimples.
I've been there. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. For me as a Mets fan, my mom, Jenny, is a Yankees fan, and Mary as well.
Jenny.
Every New Yorker as a baseball fan, if they are fraud. Well, I don't understand what this.
All right, this is a fraud email.
Yeah, this isn't a real.
Am I reading this?
Yeah, let's start over again.
Okay.
Serious fraud alert question from a 47-year-old Mets fan. You ready?
Yes.
My name is William, and I've rooted for the Mets my whole life. With the offseason that just passed and Pete and Edwin leaving, and in the previous offseason when Jake left, they've really hurt me emotionally. I will always root for the Mets.
Oh.
My question for you, Don, is how far can I root for the former Mets to go in the playoffs? I know rooting for certain teams like any NL East team and The Yankees is strictly off limits and automatic fraud territory. Please, I need guidance from the almighty fraud
Met
judge.
are you rooting for?
Yeah, we need. Well, let's.
We know Alonso's not going to be in the playoffs.
It's the same rules that apply for jerseys. Like, you're allowed to buy jerseys, just not rival jerseys, teams that are in your division. Same applies for the former Mets. You want to root for Pete, Baltimore. I know they played the Mets in '69. It's not a rival. Go ahead. Diaz would be a problem because a Met fan shouldn't have any love for the Dodgers,
left you.
right? So I would have a problem with that.
Don, he left you.
Right.
He didn't want us. They wanted to sign him.
Yeah, why would you keep rooting for someone who chose?
But you really liked him. Whatever. He wanted to go play with his brother. But I'm saying is that no matter what the circumstances are, you can't be. What if he became a Brave? Are you going to go root for the Braves to win the World Series, the Phillies to win the World Series?
Well, he said no. He said he knows NL East is a no-no.
All right. So, but Dodgers feel like a no-no.
Let's go with the obvious one. If somehow the Orioles were good,
no problem,
and you could root for them. If the Mets weren't in, you could root for them the whole way.
No fraud.
Have them win the World Series. Knock yourself out.
And you know what? The Texas Rangers with DeGrom, no fraud.
Okay.
Does anybody still root for DeGrom? He's a hack.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
I know, but those guys feel so done here. I'm not going to lie.
DeGrom was a while ago, but Alonso. But
no, not Alonso. But I'm saying DeGrom, Syndergaard, they all feel.
Well, Syndergaard's out. But if you wanted to root for the Angels back in the day, I got no problem with that. No fraud.
All right, last one. Short, unique one. Honorable Judge LaGreca, if it pleases the court.
Yes, it does.
We recently brought a wonderful kitten into our home.
Okay.
We decided that his name should be Astro, a la the charming dog from the Jetsons. Full name, Astro Magnesium Anunobi Wang Cat.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we love the kitten. He's a great companion. However, there may be some fraudulence in a home of Yankee fans having a cat named Astro. Our hatred for those cheating Houstonian SOBs still burn, but it really didn't cross our minds until last night, a few weeks into having him. Are we frauds? Do we need to rename our feline friend? I await your ruling, Maddie in Brooklyn.
How big a Jetsons fan could you be? Like, you desperately had to name the cat Astro?
When Astro was a dog.
But yeah, exactly. But let's say you just love the Jetsons and you go to a Jetson Con every year in, like, Nebraska. I don't know if he even exists.
I don't think it does.
But if you hate the Astros that much, it didn't pop into your mind, I say you're a fraud. I think this whole thing's fraudulent. If you hate the Astros that much, it didn't occur to you when you named the cat Astro, it might be a problem? Are you that enthralled with the Jetsons, which was a knockoff for the Flintstones to begin with?
I didn't realize Don would get this far.
I
would have just simply said
fraud. Fraud.
Why wouldn't you just call?
This is upsetting.
Cat.
Or any
Sounds
of
like
the
you're
other
a Knicks
yo-yo
fan.
names that he had after Astro.
No. That's what I mean. Like, he had Anunobi, so clearly you're a Knicks fan.
Just call it Cat OG.
Nobody wants to follow our lead when we discuss this. Remember somebody called in saying they're a Knicks fan, they want to name a dog. What should we name the dog? And we all said, name the dog Cat.
The irony of it, everything's perfect.
But
how does
you have a cat named the dog?
He called them the cheating Astros. He's a Yankee fan, hates the Astros. It didn't occur to him when he named the cat Astro. It could be a problem.
Should have been the first thing that came to
mind.
Dude. Yeah.
Fraud. The very first.
This went really left for
know
this
what
guy.
it is?
I did not expect
He didn't expect this.
The name of this? Ignorant fraud.
Wow, a new one.
Oblivious fraud.
Right, that's probably even better. Oblivious fraud.
Oblivious fraud.
It's less nasty. Oblivious fraud. Thank you, Alan.
Wow, that was
you can change a cat's name because let's be honest, the cat doesn't know. The cat's not answering to a name.
I mean, no, I
Dogs
disagree.
answer to a name. Cats don't.
I disagree. Over time, cats will learn their name.
Well, he just said this has been a couple of weeks.
But it's a couple of
correct?
weeks. You're
No,
fine.
but cats can hear the name. They just decide not to pay.
They ignore
That
it.
is true.
Well, no, when my childhood cat Murray would leave our neighborhood like
Yes, he loved The Odd Couple.
Murray would leave our Murray. Well, okay, that doesn't make sense. Animals don't name themselves. He didn't name himself.
No, I'm saying you were the.
I did. So when Murray when he would leave our house and just go rogue for 3 days straight,
Right.
He'd be like Heathcliff, rough. Except he was
Yeah.
except he was the one getting beat up. He'd come back like mangled and gnarled. But when he would be gone, we would open up our door and yell Murray out the door.
And he'd come around.
And
So he knew
you'd
your
wait,
voice.
and you'd hear the ding, 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 and he'd come jumping into the. That would be that.
Right.
They do learn. They can.
I only owned one cat in my life.
Yeah, not all cats are the same. Guys, that is Fraud Alert
I
Friday.
loved it. That was
Brought
good.
to you by D'Agostino Law. Big bounce back Fraud Alert, they're saying. 35 years getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every dollar they deserve.
Sure.
Offices in New York and New Jersey. 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
D'Agostino.
We got calls to get to. I got
Lots
some
of- you
fun
don't know.
facts when we come back. We've
facts.
got ENN at 6. Full frontal today. Take you up until 7 o'clock. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN.
For your ass.
ESPN New York and MSG Network are joining forces.
Big news, Jazz Hands.
Start your mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg, live on the MSG Network. Then stick around for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live on MSG every afternoon.
We are beyond excited to start simulcasting on MSG Networks.
So think about this for a quick second. You got us in the morning 6 to 10. You got our afternoon show 3 to 7. And then right after that, you're talking Knicks, you're talking Rangers.
Yo, yeah. You wake up, you pop it on again, and there we are, waiting for you. Good morning.
ESPN New York and MSG Network, together like never before. It all starts Tuesday, September 8th.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
This is the DiPietro and Rothenberg Rewind.
I was under the impression that yesterday was Giants Day at the station, and every show got different members of the Giants but us.
That's right.
I can only look at this and assume it's me. It's the only possible answer. And maybe I turn them off. And you'd think that maybe I'd be like, you know what, maybe I don't love them. You know what? Now I love them more.
Oh, no.
You know what it's like? It's like that girl that you have such a crush and you want to go on a date with her so bad, and she gives you the Heisman, and your guys are like, now you done? No. Now I'm doubling down. Now I really love them.
I think the problem might be you scared them.
I think that's very possible.
I think that the way you just described it, I think there's a real chance you frighten them.
Mornings start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one, 40% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends August 31st, 2026.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can.
Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR to get up to $10,000. That's promo code CLEAR.
Time now for your weekend weather, brought to you by Neutral. Only a few shore weekends left. Tomorrow, moderate showers with a high of 76. Sunday, light showers early, mostly cloudy with a high of 83. That was your weekend weather report, brought to you by Neutral. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Enjoy responsibly. I could have went, Alan, with the Mary Tyler Moore Show with Murray, but I thought more people would get the joke about the Odd Couple with Murray the cop. And Murray in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Peter, was married to Marie.
So it's Murray and Marie.
And if you really think about it, it's the same name.
That's right.
Murray. You're saying it the same way, but
but not the same way.
Right. It's a kind of just very strange. But Fraud Alert Friday was good. Try to squeeze in a couple of more phone calls before we get to the 5 o'clock hour. Let's see who's been on hold for a while. Let's talk to Javier in Queens. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Javier?
What's up, boys? Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
All right, thanks, Javier. Let's go to Al in New Jersey. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Al?
You know when it adjusts.
Welcome back.
PDP, you're also the best part of the WWE.
Wow.
And
All right, so
Alan,
now
you're my E.F. Hutton. E.F. Hutton, when it comes to the Knicks, when you talk, I listen.
Wow.
And then there's Don.
Yeah.
And then there's Don.
First of all, I was listening to an episode of Han Solo once upon a time where he said, "Don't tell me how to be a fan."
Right.
And that's my problem with you, Mr. LaGreca. My issue is my own personal, story here is I am that statistic that can't afford an emergency more than $400, right? I live paycheck to paycheck.
Got it.
I work for a wonderful nonprofit by
Good for
choice.
you.
I love what I do, but I can't afford tickets. So I get the Gotham app. And the only recourse I have to voice my displeasure against Brian Cashman, who, by the way, his mouth wrote a check that his backside can't cash when he said championships, not championship, right? So we're working on year 17 of nada, squadouche, nothing, right? So my whole thing is the only way I can voice my displeasure, that I can put out my displeasure, is by canceling the Gotham app after my Knicks in 5. And that's what I did. And then, because that's the only way I can show that if I performed my job subparly like he did, again, his mouth wrote the check.
You're making my point, Al. You're making my point. So you gave up as a fan
What's
because
my point?
they had the audacity not to win the championship. Not a team that's lost 100 games 5 straight years. You cancel the Gotham app because they haven't won a World Series. That's being a spoiled brat.
No, it's because I want a new set of eyes after 30 years, Don.
All right,
I don't
fine.
think that's
all right, I can't. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But now is when you voice it. When the team's actually overachieving. When everybody's hurt. You can't have some fun here. Why can't you save that for the offseason? You're like preemptively complaining. You're complaining about something you believe is going to happen. Can you wait for it to happen? Because what happens if it doesn't happen? Look, what would you do, Al?
It's that perspective as well. Like if I perform my job underperformed like Cashman has, I would lose my job. Yet here he is still. He's Rasputin.
Has he underperformed that? All right, he hasn't lived up to the expectation of a championship, but is he really underperformed compared to other general managers? Have you taken a look at some of the other general managers in New York?
One more time, Don. I'm going to break his glasses. I'm going to drive to the Bronx and break his glasses.
You know what? I love the nonprofit stuff, but you're a yo-yo. Thank you for the phone call. No, he's a yo-yo.
Alan,
no, he's a spoiled brat yo-yo, and he's not even a fan. He can't. He's not even watching the team anymore. So stop it, Peter. Stop it.
Well, he's fed up with the product, though, Don.
Oh my God!
So sometimes
Alan,
you get to that point. I'm listening.
Tell me that didn't resonate with you. That one line that he said, though. If I hear the playoffs are a crapshoot again, Don, you have to admit it would be frustrating year after year. Once we get there, hope it works out.
I'm not.
Can I have a couple of? Let me just get a couple of things.
You're a Yankee fan. You deserve it.
Yeah. First and foremost, what I think Al is saying is just that he's expressing his frustration to a point where he's clearly a fan of other teams, other sports, right?
Right.
So what he's saying is like I've seen the same thing, and I told you this earlier in the show, Don. That he had we just. As a fan base, you feel like this is the same style. They stick to it, and we know in October it has proven to
then
get
stop
stopped.
Watching the team, then,
No,
because you know
Don,
it's not.
But he's saying that.
Alan, it's
I
never
want
going to
new
change.
eyes. I want a
this
fresh
is the way
approach.
they build the team.
This
is always the way they build the team.
That's what you're supposed to do as a fan. Just give in. He's saying I'm not giving in anymore.
He surrendered by just basically not watching the team anymore. But your complaints will make sense if it happens again. It hasn't happened yet.
All right, let me
So instead of enjoying the moment, you're complaining about what you think is going to happen. What if it doesn't? You going to take it all back?
Let me also.
Or are you just going to double down and say, I still think he should be gone?
Let me also add this. Him saying the crapshoot line, like Peter, you emphasized that.
I don't doubt that. I get that.
But let's also remember that, and I'm not the guy that's the first to step in front of Cashman and take bullets. He never said that. That has always been linked to him. But he never actually said that. It's something that I don't know where it came from. I think it's because it follows numbers, and the numbers thing, the analytics thing is the thought of playoffs. You got to get there, and then after that, it's a crapshoot. That's not Cashman saying that. That's just a thing that's attributed to him. Right. He never actually has said that.
All right.
I'm just saying that's got to be corrected.
Some Ravens speaking out against Harbaugh.
Oh, no.
We've got that. We've got ESPN at 6. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Calling hard seltzer lovers. Searching for the tastiest seltzer? Look no further. Neutral Vodka Seltzer is absolutely delicious. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral keeps it tasty with every sip. With flavors like peach, orange, strawberry, and pineapple, there's something for everyone. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 Anheuser-Busch. Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Big concert tonight over at MetLife Stadium. Parking lots have been open for a while. Bumper to bumper on the Turnpike Western Spur southbound heading into the Meadowlands. Yanks are home later on tonight in the Bronx. Also a Cody Bellinger bobblehead giveaway. Going to run you about 30 to 40 minutes at the inbound George using 8095. Definitely better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Deegan just packed both up and down, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Southbound delays starting to back up onto 87 in Yonkers. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 30 minutes. Outbound Holland close to a 40-minute wait. And no relief on the LIE westbound in Nassau County. Still have a crash blocking the left and HOV lanes by Glen Cove Road. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. Grinding and squealing are signs it's time for new brakes. Skip the hassle of searching for the right parts and shop RockAuto.com. Find trusted name brand parts at lower prices and have them shipped to your door. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea just got harder with Twisted Tea Extreme. The hard iced tea taste you know and love, but with an 8% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Extreme is made with real brewed tea,
goes down smooth and brings your daytime drinking to the next level. Just look for the bright yellow cans in the cooler and get ready to dial up the fun. Big flavor, extreme kick. Twisted Tea Extreme. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
503 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you till 7. In case you missed it earlier this week, we announced we're going to be on MSG starting September 8th. Not just us, but DiPietro and Rothenberg as well. So the morning show from 6 to 10, and of course our show from 3 to 7, can be seen starting Tuesday, September 8th on the great MSG Network platforms, which also include their digital as well. You can still catch us on 880 on the ESPN app and YouTube, but now, starting September 8th, you'll also be able to catch us on MSG. Don't miss out. It all starts September 8th on the MSG networks. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg till 7. Now, this always happens, guys, so I don't want to read too much into it. But some Ravens have gone on record trying to throw some shade at John Harbaugh. The Post had it this morning. Veteran receiver Rashad Bateman and offensive lineman Ronnie Stanley. Stanley said, from the head coach to offensive coordinator, receivers coach, everybody really harps on the details and the small things. That's just not what we were in our past. He also added that Minter, the new head coach, just values the finer details.
I love Harbs.
That doesn't track, man.
Bateman said, as far as the definitely benefit, meaning the coaching changes. Wherever these coaches and staff put me, he says, I think the team is bound for success. Again, he complimenting Minter. This happens all the time. People sometimes can't articulate how good somebody is without criticizing someone else.
Well, and one of those things may not have been, it may have been doing that. It's just the way it reads. Like where they say, oh, yeah, I think the coaching change is definitely a benefit. And they don't mean an insult to the old regime as much as they're excited about the new regime.
But the fact that he said, like, that we're the attention to detail,
well,
that
one's
past. I mean, the guy was there for 19 years. What is he referencing? He's clearly taking a shot at the previous regime there.
Well, that one for sure.
But that doesn't track, though, because it's the one thing about Harbaugh that you always talk about.
Attention to detail. And, like, I would think I honestly thought the way the quote was going was, I thought the theme was going to be, there was actually too much attention to detail before. It was annoying. We needed to chill out a little bit.
Right.
And when I say I'm not saying that these guys can't articulate. It's so much easier when you're trying to compliment the new guy to also criticize the old guy, right? And obviously you're going to welcome in your new head coach, and Harbaugh got fired. Both things could be true. He deserved to get fired. They missed the playoffs. Maybe things were getting stale. He had been there for 18 years, and it had been a while since they won the Super Bowl, and still be a good thing for the Giants. The other thing, Deshaun Elliott and Patrick Queen were on a podcast, and they were talking about the conditioning that Harbaugh had the players go through. Queen says, you lift heavy every day. And then Elliott says, I tore my pec out one year. And Quinn said a lot of hamstrings got pulled. So, again, suggesting that he worked them too hard. So you got some saying
that's always been there. That makes more sense.
But to me, that's interesting because I want players to be conditioned, right? Now, obviously, somebody gets hurt. I guess they know better than we do that maybe he pushed them too hard. But the one thing we're always trying to figure out is how do we keep these guys healthy during the year? So there's that fine line between making sure you're conditioned for the big 17-game season because there's less preseason games, there's less two-a-days, you practice less with pads, so you got to be able to get conditioned somewhere. And some coaches, their philosophy is, I want you in the weight room more, I want you to condition more since we can't go out, we can't hit anybody during practice. And some want it to be a little bit easier. I could understand the players not wanting to go through it, but if guys legitimately got hurt because he pushed them too hard, that's a problem. But is that just them complaining about the old regime, or is there something to this? I think it's just complaining about the old regime.
You're always going to get that because when there's a new coach in, you kind of want to talk about how great everything is with the new coach, and there's always going to be the comparisons to the past. But the overworking them thing is something that did follow him from Baltimore here. And that's always what happens too, right? The old coach that's more of like the taskmaster, the players are almost happy when the new coach comes in and he's not the same way because you feel like, okay, it's a lot easier around here. But think about this. So the Athletic pointed this out yesterday. The Giants have had 16 practices in 21 days. Last year with Brian Daboll, their 16th practice came on day 33.
Yeah.
So the workload is different, the demand is different, but that's always going to be the extreme. A team that looked, a little not as competitive, fiercely competitive, a team that had, conditioning issues, whatever it was, the Giants weren't a buttoned-up operation. This year, you could see he's got them on point. He's got them locked in. Burns even said, all the work that we've put in, we get to this joint practice with the Dolphins. Don, I don't know if you noticed, but all the reports are that the Giants kicked the crap out of the Dolphins this week. Beat the hell out of them, like physically. And Burns was saying, if we were prepared to play at the level we played in this joint practice against another team because of how hard we worked early in camp, and it suggests a team that week one should be ready to compete to win a game.
It's so difficult to please everyone, especially when you're talking about a 53-man roster. And at this stage of camp, you're talking about it could be like as many as 70 guys that you're trying to pare down to the roster in less than a month for the game against Dallas and for the Jets against Tennessee. You can't please everybody. There's going to be somebody who thinks they're getting worked too hard. There's going to be somebody who thinks they're not getting worked hard enough.
And on the flip side, Don, right? Like Alan can tell you that, that quote, it sounds great. They're working hard. They'd be prepared. On the flip side, right now there are a lot of players in Baltimore and fans of the Ravens going, oh, yeah, we used to hear all about our undefeated record in the preseason. It was great. It amounted to a lot. You know what I'm saying? So to your point earlier, Don, it's like whatever the change is.
That is true.
Like here it's appealing. Oh, wow, they're working really hard in the preseason. In Baltimore, they're going, yeah, we heard a lot about working hard in the preseason. Talk to me about the postseason.
But here's where I'm going to go back to what I've been saying all along about just getting back on the rails. You know what I want, Peter, as a Giants fan? I want to be the Baltimore Ravens for the next 10 years. And if at the end of the 10 years, maybe I'm going to be complaining like Raven fans that we couldn't win the big one, that he worked them too hard, that it's time to move on from John Harbaugh. Because I'm looking at him as just trying to regain some respectability. But like Yankee fans, at some point, it gets to, okay, we've done that. We're back to respectability. Let's start winning now. Let's win the big one. So I want to get to a point, Peter, and hopefully I'm still here at the age of 68 years old doing the Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg show saying, guys, I'm tired of Harbaugh, man. I'm tired of these losing in the championship game. I'm tired of going to the playoffs every year, winning 12 games every year, and not winning the Super Bowl. I want that. Yeah. I long for that. I dream for that. Because right now, I just can't get a team that can win more than 3-4 games.
Don.
So I'm hoping to get to the point where I'm complaining like Raven fans.
And Don, how did Tom Thibodeau do in his first 4 years with the Knicks?
Fantastic.
How did the Knicks do the previous 4 years?
Not well.
God awful. And what happened at the end of that fourth year?
Mm-hmm.
People, and not just fans, fans were calling for it, but in the locker room we found out that even there was some, hey, we gotta move on. Like it sometimes it just happens where the demand and the expectations start to go up, and you wonder, can this? And that's why, again, if you want to circle back to the Yankee thing, that's why the fact that Brian's had this job for so long, and the majority of the results are not winning a championship. right? And so that doesn't happen in sports. Tom Thibodeau won back-to-back 50-win seasons, things that we haven't seen in 30 years with the Knicks. He was doing all this stuff. The obvious thing to say is, are you kidding me? They're good every year. They're competitive every year. How could you get rid of this coach? But they got a new coach, and it was the Joe Torre story all over again. It was just the right guy, right time, and the team responded. They won a championship. Now, that doesn't always happen, but that's why I think Yankee fans look and see Cashman every year and go, we're just going to keep doing this.
Yeah, because it's been
every year.
It's been a long time, but I want to get to that point for a team that has been, relegated to the second division. I want to get to a point where I'm complaining and taking phone calls from Giant fans saying, John's got to go, we got to bring in somebody else, and then maybe that next coach is the one that brings them to the promised land. I'm okay with that.
You literally want to be sick of winning.
I just want to get back
so
in,
bored with
man.
It. Yeah, just all we do is win every year.
I got you.
And I think, and the same thing with like the Jets, right? Like the Jets and the Giants right now shouldn't even have the audacity to be thinking about a Super Bowl. That's why I kind of laugh at this whole, they're going to go to the playoffs. Just cool the Jets, okay? That'd be great. I hope everything breaks their way. Obviously, people that predicting to go to the playoffs aren't paying attention to the rest of the NFC and how good these teams are and how 9-10 wins may not be enough because of how good some of these teams are.
Yeah, if you missed that conversation, we posted it. We did that the other day.
Yeah, it's true. Allen went down. I mean, who's not making the playoffs? You're telling me, San Francisco isn't going to make it? Well, then they could be replaced by Dallas, who improved their defense dramatically, and Washington. The last time Jaden Daniels played 17 games, they lost in the championship game.
Yeah.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves here, but let's try to just get back. Jets, the same thing. 15 straight years of missing the playoffs. You shouldn't even be thinking about the Super Bowl. But let's get to the point where we're complaining that we're not winning championship games. How about that? That'd be nice. Considering the fact that, by Halloween, our football teams have been out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
We got it. Like, that's what you're hoping. That really is the first step. I wonder if Jets fans have a little more patience with all this than the Giant fan does because of the same standard thing that does bother you, Don. Because I think a Jet fan is sort of like I keep saying, can we just not be embarrassing? Can we just be can we just be in the NFL again and feel hey, this is a good team, but it's got you got to go through some stuff. My one shred of belief in Aaron Glenn, and to want to believe it, in that he can grow into a good coach. You can develop coaches just like you can develop players. Is because there's one guy on his shoulder that I feel like if you're going to have anybody in your corner, this guy gives you credibility, and that's Bill Parcells. Parcells is there in his ear. Parcells has endorsed him, has supported him. Like that tells me at least I know he's got proper guidance.
I guess.
Uh-oh.
Now, guidance is different, but we've been down that road of the Belichick disciples. Oh well, Mangini. Something must have rubbed off on Mangini. Something must have rubbed off.
But it's different. They weren't calling Bill asking him for advice. Bill
but
was
they
still
were with
coaching.
him. They saw how he did it. But
but
you
then
still
they
have
tried
to have the
emulate
talent
him.
to do it. Though.
What I'm saying is that Bill is a phone call away anytime Glenn is going through something that he just can't figure out. And I'm telling you, his fingerprints are all over the hire, and his fingerprints are all over the fact that he ripped up his coaching staff and started over again with more experienced people. You know what I mean? Like in delegating some authority. And you know it better than anybody. Bill Parcells in year one wasn't exactly tearing the league up. He wasn't Sean McVay.
No, you're absolutely right. But you still have to have the talent to do it, right? I mean,
yes.
Bill was an executive in Miami, and they didn't do anything. I mean, so he's been in the ear of people, and that's great experience. But if you don't have the talent for it, then it's not going to work. So let's see what happens but I just think Jet fans have no choice but to be more patient. You don't have the quarterback, and you're not sure you have the coach. The Giant fan believes they've got the coach and the quarterback, so the patience is going to be minimal because they think they've got the pieces.
But I think the expectations are also, and the standard is also different with the Giant. A Giant fan, the standard
that's why
is
John Harbaugh
we're
is
supposed
here.
to be playing for Super Bowls. Right.
John Harbaugh is here because the New York Giants have a cachet that despite being an embarrassment over the last decade, they can still woo a coach like John Harbaugh. Jets aren't in that situation just yet. That's why the Jets winning games is so important. You got to get back on the horse. The other thing with football and this was great because DiPietro was off this on Friday.
It's not great that he was off.
But we got Gary Myers.
There you go.
Okay, that was great.
And listen, DiPietro was off, but still got his zinger into Peter. So he's still
what is
but and also, no offense to Rothenberg, but I think the Chris Mara get was probably all Gary Myers.
You sure?
Yes.
That's you know what.
Yes. Come on. Hey.
You know what? That's
look at me,
accurate.
Peter.
Yeah.
Can you just find a spot for me within the Mara family?
Well,
Did he really go
said
there?
that today.
Yeah,
I love that. That's why he's the best pound for pound.
We had a lot of talk at our dinner, which we'll get to a little bit.
Yeah,
if
Dave Rothenberg had heard the way he was spoken about at our dinner yesterday,
yes,
I don't think he'd ever come down from the cloud.
No, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, he was spoken
A
very.
lot
highly.
of a lot of Dave fluff yesterday, huh?
There was some real solid praise
and
for
pound for pound was said.
Pound for pound was said. Yeah.
But Chris Mara was on, and he was asked about the expectations for the Giants in 2026.
Yeah, I think, the way I look at it is we've had this, we've used the word hope in the last 10, 12 years, whatever it might be. And that, I think the hope now is turned into expectations. At least for me, it has. I don't hope we win this year. I expect it, and I think everybody else does too.
I like that.
Yeah, I think winning. Now, winning to what level, I guess, will be ultimately determined. But start winning some games. So why do you think things will change so quickly?
Well, I think we had a really good offseason, draft-wise and free agent-wise. This is by far the biggest team I've ever seen in Giant uniform, ranging from, there's no more little guys on this team. They're all big, strong, and tough, which I like, especially, the way Harbaugh likes to run the ball as he has in the past. And that's great for especially our stadium when it comes to, November, December. Hopefully I expect to be playing games that mean something late in the season. So, yeah, we're kind of this is a different animal.
Yeah, that's interesting because if you go back to what John Mara has been saying, and he was right, hoping, the hope is we'll be playing meaningful games in December, to now we expect.
Yes.
And that comes from
himself.
You've got a coach.
Yeah.
And we'll see. People
and it's
in
also
Baltimore
the
may disagree.
But don't you like, though, that he even corrected himself? Because there's always this thing with owners and front office of being very careful not to say something that they'll use against us if we're not competing in November. Well, you said. I mean, we did that with Cohen when he said, I expect to win a World Series or be in a World Series in 5 years. It's like there's a lot of hesitation to do that because you don't want to give anybody any ammunition. But the Giants, no, they're saying it with their chest.
Well,
and I respect that.
Yeah, I respect it. But, getting back to the Yankee conversation, the reason Brian Cashman has lost the fan base is because there's never any accountability for the things that are said. Yes. I want to win championships, not a championship. All right, well, you haven't, and yet nobody loses their job. Nobody's held accountable for these failures. Now, I don't expect John Harbaugh to be fired if the Giants are out of it by Thanksgiving because it's in the first year.
Right.
But saying that, and we fast forward 5 years from now, and the Giants aren't doing that, well, then I expect there to be some accountability. If you're expecting to be playing meaningful games in December, what is going to happen if you don't? Right? And I think that's where the fans look at it because that's when you lose the credibility, Alan. You say these things, but then nothing happens when they don't take place, and then it doesn't matter. And that's what I think's happened to the Yankees. There's been a lot of talk, but yet nobody's had to walk the plank for failing to live up to the expectations. So the fans don't want to hear it anymore. So I get that.
Well, the only walking the plank that's done is the roster. They change players out. That's how the Yankees say, well, that failed because of this, so we're moving on from these guys and bringing in these guys. Yeah. That's kind of always been the way the Yankees did it. They've always blamed the player performance rather than the front office performance or the style of play. But it still doesn't mean that when you're the Giants and you haven't been the standard you were used to, especially under Tom Coughlin, especially under Bill Parcells, Dan Reeves, like you then have to reestablish that standard by speaking it into existence. And I think that's what I don't mind, is just to say, no, we expect it. That's good, because now the players hear it, and the players know there's more of an urgency now than this soft little we hope to be there, but hey, we're just going to give it our best. No. If players hear that, then they know, all right, there's no expectations here. But once an owner starts talking that way, and the coach and the front office starts talking that way in absolutes, as a player, you can't help but not hear it and feel the urgency of it. Like, you better perform, because if you don't, guess what we're doing? We're getting new people in here.
Well, just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings that same level of protection to your home. And I know this because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play, so it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. Their local team builds a personalized game plan that actually works. And when you bundle pest control and mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out. Calls at 1-800-919-3776. We also have ENN coming up at 6 o'clock. And because the Mets are in Chicago for a 7:40 first pitch, we're taking you right up till 7 o'clock. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Yanks home tonight in the Bronx and some gorgeous weather. Also, a Cody Bellinger bobblehead giveaway. Using the inbound George upper and lower decks will run you about 30 to 40 minutes from 80-95. Much better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Deegan just slammed in both directions, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Northbound backed up across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn will run you 45 plus. Just packed on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Summer Friday slowdowns go back across the Verrazano onto the Brooklyn side. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. Grinding and squealing are signs it's time for new brakes. Skip the hassle of searching for the right parts and shop RockAuto.com. Find trusted name brand parts at lower prices and have them shipped to your door. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The New York Red Bulls take on the Philadelphia Union on Saturday, August 29th at Sports Illustrated Stadium for Anime Night presented by the New Jersey Lottery. Arrive early for the Boulevard at 4 p.m. for food trucks, games, family fun, and a free match day poster while supplies last. When gates open, first 10,000 fans can score a free UGO card pack. For your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets, enter now at ESPNNewYork.com and through the ESPN New York app. Kickoff is set for 7:30. Bring your crew and make it a night to remember. Get your tickets today at RedBulls.com. So tonight, it's the Jets and the Steelers in Pittsburgh. At 4 o'clock tomorrow, the Giants will be in Miami to take on the Dolphins. And then after that, guys, with just one preseason game left before we kick off for real.
Well, we're also still weeks away, too, though. That's the problem. There's only one more preseason game, but you're right.
But you know what's crazy is that, the NFL's a beast, right? They get ratings without even trying. But they don't want to touch Labor Day. Right? I remember, and with Labor Day being late this year, September 7th, they don't want to have to deal with that, so the season's going to kick off a little later, and that leads to the Valentine's Day Super Bowl. So the season will not end until February 14th, and when they eventually add an 18th game, they're going to do that. We're probably looking at the traditional way of moving forward of President's Day weekend being when the Super Bowl's played. So everybody will have off on Monday.
Which always used to be NBA All-Star Weekend.
But now
that was always that's been a tradition for a while now.
Unlike any other.
Well, I don't know about unlike, but now the All-Star is the next week.
Right, because
the 19th.
Big bad NFL. Christmas used to be a thing for the NBA.
Well, but don't worry, it's moving. This won't happen much. We will be soon, as we know, the plan is going to be.
This is the new normal, right?
Yeah. Well, no, until the Super Bowl shifts the next week and it's Sunday on the 3-day weekend. That's where we're going.
Well, yeah, and when they go to an 18-game schedule,
we're all set.
And what they'll do is they'll reduce it to 2 preseason games, but with the 18-game schedule, they'll probably create a second bye. So you'll probably have 2 weeks off for teams, and they did that back in the day. I want to say back in the really early 90s, they toyed with the idea of 2 buys.
2 buys, yeah.
And that's what you'll have. So,
but it makes sense to do a Super Bowl on President's Weekend because it gives you remember, there was always this thing about how Super Bowl Monday, right? There should be a national holiday.
Right, yeah,
it doesn't have to be
of
now.
course.
It already is if you do it that way.
Oh, it'll be tremendous.
But if you're the NBA, it forces you now to move your All-Star game even later into your season.
Yeah, because now you're talking about tickling March, and
Might
the
be less
season
than
ends
20
in
games
April.
left. I know.
They
That's like the
should
halfway
go
point.
earlier.
You think? Well, how could you do an All-Star game in January when you're going up against playoff games? NFL playoff games.
I mean, listen,
Can't do it.
Everybody should be just doing away with the whole All-Star stuff.
Well, you and me are in lockstep.
And the NHL, what they do, and they were smart about it, is having it during the bye week, going for the Super Bowl. So there's like nothing going on that weekend, and they can have their All-Star game. But that even pushes it later.
I see.
But I don't know if this will be the end, because again, you don't want to do it in January going up against playoff games. You don't want to all of a sudden do it in March, because then the season's a month away from being over. And you can't do it any time in December because you don't want to do it around Christmas time, and you've got the Cup games in December. Maybe when they go to 18 games and the Super Bowl is being played on President's Day weekend, maybe that will be the death knell for NBA and NHL All-Star games.
That would be nice.
It would not bother me at all. I would not miss it.
No, it
I know
won't
the
bother
league.
anyone.
They make their money. They make a lot of money. It's their all the corporate partners come in. It's NBA con. It's NHL con. That's what these All-Star weekends really are. It's not it's not the show it used to be. Now it's more of like the corporate partner party and the availability to players and the access to players and the showcasing of things. But hey, I'm with you. I do think we are reaching a point where they have become obsolete. All-Star games, they're obsolete.
Yeah.
Look at baseball week. That All-Star weekend. Like, it's did we need it?
And what the NHL has that the NBA doesn't is the Olympics.
Yes,
because their Olympics are in season,
and that's
so
awesome.
what the NHL could do is here's where our All-Star will be. All right, we'll have the Olympics, and then 2 years later we'll have Four Nations. So every 2 years we'll have something All-Star-esque, and then we won't have something every year. But there'll be occasions where our stars will be showcased in something a lot more meaningful than a 3-on-3 tournament. Now, what can the NBA do? And there has been talk. I don't know if the NBA would ever do it. They probably wouldn't. But could the NBA ever think about moving to the Winter Olympics instead of the summer? And doing something similar like what the NHL does? And
first of all, if you're the NHL, it's the last thing you want.
No, it would be but I'm saying the NBA can't worry about that. And
I know what? They can't worry about it. But I mean, would the Olympic Committee say we don't really want to? Like, that's a lot.
It's a lot, but they could probably
then you'd have to move. Would you move the women's as well? So now you've got 4 teams. You've got the USA men and women hockey and basketball. Those are 2 big entities.
No, they're big.
On top of all the other Olympic stuff. No, I have heard it kicked around where people have said, basketball is traditionally a winter sport. Why is it played in the summer? And it's mostly explained that because, well, the players are more available to play because you wouldn't want to do that in the middle of a season. But now the NHL showed you that it actually can be a good thing for the sport.
Be a good thing.
And those who aren't playing get like 2 weeks off.
Well, can you set up an Olympics where, at least from a USA standpoint, where
the LA one
that you have a hockey day and you have a basketball day. Like on a Tuesday, it's all.
But
hockey.
Isn't that
It's
usually
women
men's and women's? Aren't they? Don't the hockey?
Yeah, but
the men's team plays today. The women play the next day.
But I don't know. I really don't believe you're very rare.
Go ahead.
I think Peter may agree with this. I don't think there's that much basketball and hockey crossover. Hockey fans are hockey fans. Basketball fans are basketball fans.
I live it every day. I know.
So if they end up going up against each other, as long as you have the channel availability, the hockey fans will watch the hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball fans will watch the basketball. I mean, I'm sure the NHL wouldn't be happy that they're not getting. But
would they be pushed to Peacock because the NBA's? Yeah.
Well, they might, but I'm sure the gold medal games wouldn't be on the same day. I mean, they would separate those, or maybe the NHL would be at 3:00 and the NBA, the basketball would be at 6 or something. Like, it will probably never happen, but I'm looking forward to the day where a commissioner actually has the cubes to say we're done with the All-Star game. And the NFL was different because their Pro Bowl was a joke anyway.
Yeah.
And even they won't give it up with
No, they still
flag
have
football
the convention. They just the game is a joke.
All you need is one. The first commissioner that does it, all the other ones would follow. They just don't want to be the first one to pull the plug.
Yeah, well, Gary's kind of done it with hockey because they're going to do Four Nations this year. You know, there's like little things that he's done to kind of let you know that we really don't value this anymore. I mean, look, this year it's on the island, which is great. I'm really looking forward to having it in our
I've been to All-Star games. I went to the one in Minnesota. I went to the one in Dallas. It's great to be there. It's fun. They do all the interactive experiences, everything.
Yeah.
But even for diehard fans, the game itself, it doesn't have it.
It's tough on TV. I think you're right. In person, it has a little more of a big event feel because of all the stars and all the stuff that's involved. I think it's just hard to show on TV because the product itself just doesn't. It's not compelling. And for the NBA, the one thing that drew your eyes in a lot of times was watching, two superstars that you'd never see play together be teammates. And in this era of basketball, you almost you have that all the time.
Yeah, the super team kills.
Well, and when they get to the All-Star at this point, they're not trying at all.
Then they don't even
Not
care.
to mention then the what used to be the crown jewel of the weekend is the dunk contest, and that's just gotten worse and worse.
There's nothing. Some things just outlive their usefulness.
I agree.
Like cufflinks, right, Peter? I mean, they're not a thing anymore.
That felt like a personal attack.
Well, I don't know why you take things so personal. It's weird how arbitrarily you'll take ownership of something. Like cufflinks that's where you.
Yeah, how would he have thought I was going at him? I didn't know he wore cufflinks.
Well, I guess that's the point. We didn't notice that he had the cufflinks.
I know that kind of hurts because you made a big deal about the elbows, Don. I mean, a man's elbows, you notice, but you don't notice beautiful gold cufflinks.
No, why would you?
Why wouldn't you? But elbows. We noticed the ashy elbows on a white guy.
Ashy elbows. Let's go to John. He's up in Washington State. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, John?
Hey, guys, can I join?
Please.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, Peter, you're really killing me every time you play your daughter's little clip there, man. I got twin girls that are about to turn 13 this year, and stop it. Come on, man.
You get emotional?
At least I got a 20-month-old niece that kind of fills that void.
Wait, you're saying it jogs a memory that's too strong?
It's
is what
emotional,
you mean?
yes.
Yes, man.
Got it.
I mean, it's crazy because.
Now
this is terrible. Oh my!
Yeah, somebody get John a Kleenex.
Hey, do you want to go listen to a song that will just go break your heart too? I forgot. He's a Christian singer, but it's called "I'll Dance with Cinderella" or something like that. Go listen to that one.
No, God.
I gotta.
But anyways.
Okay.
Go look it up, and then maybe even play. You guys will love it. But anyways, I guess my point was about the Yankees and living up here with Mariners fans all over. They pretty much would kill to have what we Yankee fans have every year. And I know that just sounds like it's like, oh, come on, man, you can't just be happy with going to the playoffs. I'm like, to me, and maybe there's something wrong with the way I think, but I'm like, you got to get in the dance to have fun, to be part of it. And as long as you're getting in there, you're going to give yourself a chance. And I know it sounds like, the crapshoot thing that everybody talks about. So, I mean, really, I agree with Don. So I just think let's wait until Judge gets back and let's just keep pushing forward. And we close the gap on the Rays.
Yeah.
So really,
I just think
I don't know what else to say. Just play it out.
It's so funny because I
Thanks,
fundamentally agree, and thank you for the call, John, and sorry for the escapades before. But I fundamentally agree with Alan in general that it is getting old, this, the crapshoot in the postseason, and it seems like and the story ends the same every year. This year, to me, and again, I'll admit, I'm on the outside looking in, is hitting different because of the injuries. And so there's a feeling this is not the same old Yankee. This is not the team that's supposed to be competing. If this team was whole, Alan, I'd be right there with you. Come on, what are we settling for a damn wild card when we've got Judge and Bellinger and Cole and Fried? But that's not what you have. You have you have a team that's not. It really doesn't feel like it's very good with all these injuries outside of the pitching. and yet they're making it work. So just for 1 year, can you shelve all the expectations and the Bronx Bombers and stuff and just say, this is a different set of circumstances here?
Your best take is this happened a couple of years ago when they were 82-80 and didn't make the playoffs. That was your best take, because that's your mic drop to any fans right now that are complaining. Is like, you were ravaged with injuries that year and you couldn't keep up. You fell out. And this year, they've hung in. Now, the American League is not very good. That is a truth. There's no big bad Astros. The Red Sox got hot for a month, and they've kind of come back now and just kind of been. They're still decent, but they're not. They're not tearing it up like they were. There was this fear that they were just going to run through now, and they were going to be the it team. So that part allows you to feel like that if they can get healthy and things can fall in the right way, they could make a run. And I'm telling you, Don, the thing I'm clinging to is what keeps me in and keeps me engaged every night is I'm watching this pitching, and I'm really enjoying seeing night after night guys just giving you the best that they've got.
And what's incredible to me is you think there'd be one night where, all right, starter doesn't have it, gets, no, every
that was Warren.
night.
Warren the other night, but he was terrible, and they still.
So what? So that was
it.
Seattle game, and they still won the game 10-5. But he's not even somebody that you're going to have to worry about in the playoffs. I've got a question for Alan.
Alan, okay.
That might be one of the great questions of all time.
Really?
Okay.
I'm really excited about asking him this question.
Okay. I'm excited about answering
it. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now, or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hey Yankees fans, gather a group of 10 or more and take advantage of our 2026 Yankees group ticket specials. Whether you're getting together with family and friends, organizing a fundraiser, or entertaining clients, your group will love bonding over the Bronx Bombers. Start planning your 2026 group outings today. Log on to yankees.com/groups. Call 212-YANKEES or email us at groups@yankees.com. That's 2026 group tickets. Call 212-YANKEES or visit yankees.com/groups today.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. And in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up, it's free. Come in for a complimentary mattress consultation and get a free travel neck pillow, no purchase required. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off. And you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
So I listened to the Stephen Curtis Chapman Cinderella song.
Yeah, I'm not doing well.
Don't do it.
It's a little puddle right now.
I'm not doing well.
Oh, crap.
That was a tough break.
Gracie at school. Like, it's all I saw her this morning for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
I don't know why we needed that. What we did.
But you know what? That's him getting back at you.
Oh, no.
Well, you did the oh no and the song at the same time, which is crippling emotionally.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
The way you paired those together.
Oh, no.
Well,
You'll
Alan,
see, Peter.
it
You'll
hits
see.
Alan
Believe me,
harder.
I can't even.
You know, Peter's got a long way to go. Jalen's not quite 9 yet, so I've got a ways to go too. But
I mean,
Alan's living it.
No.
All right, here's my question for Alan as a Yankee fan.
I'm ready.
Since you're so worried about the same old, and everybody's going to come back and the Yankees are going to be what they've been in the postseason since 2009, would it be better for you? Would it be more enjoyable for you? If the three guys, Stanton, Bellinger, and Judge, didn't come back, and this was the team that they were going to be the rest of the year, then you wouldn't have to worry about same old, because this would be the different team. And would it be more enjoyable because now they would be the underdog? Because you're talking about they're all going to come back and then it's just going to be the same old. You would go in with like less pressure because now there's no Judge, there's no Bellinger, there's no Stanton, and now it could be just actually fun and overachieving. And if they didn't win, well, we couldn't win. We didn't have those guys. But if we were to win, wow, look how special that would be. Would it be different for you?
No. Well,
how could you say no?
It wouldn't be better. No way it's better. Because I want it, like you first of all, for Judge, I want him to have his moment.
Oh, no, of course.
You know, like so now are you guaranteeing me they make a run and win a championship?
Well, I can't guarantee that.
Right, so
just as I can't guarantee if they come back they're going to win the championship.
So how could I say it's
better?
Because then
all right, so never mind the better. Would it be different?
They could have everybody because maybe they could go on a run.
I
want to have everybody.
All right, let me ask it to you this way. Forget about the better.
Okay.
But would you be saying the same thing? Like, would you be bringing up the underachieving? Would you be bringing up the way they play, or would you just settle and say, "All right, I'm going to settle in and watch this team"? Because you can't compare it to the years past because those teams underachieved.
So you're taking away the expectations now, and you're telling me that now I wouldn't have the audacity to have any type of expectations or demands, and all I'd be forced to do is just see what they can do,
and maybe just enjoy what. Salvaging a season that really shouldn't be in the first place, as I brought up in 23.
No,
you didn't have it.
It's good. Look, for me, it's going to be way more fun to be able to see this roster complete to start October and really like dig in and say they got the pitching now. The lineup is healthy. This is let's see this.
But you don't seem to be doing that. But that's not what you're doing.
Well, of course not, because I'm setting myself up
Right, well, so that's what I'm
to
saying. Is so
myself
that's why I brought it up because
I
you're
told you,
just
the brothers
because,
McMullen. That's what
right.
I
You
do.
want those guys to come back so you have a better chance to win, but you're saying to yourself they're not going to win anyway because they just don't do that. I
quote the brothers McMullen all the time with this stuff, right?
Mhm.
I always say
It's a Long Island movie.
Yes, I'm a pessimist because it allows me to protect myself from the inevitable failure. That's always.
But I don't
what
know
happens
why
with a
you
fan.
feel. Let's see how Peter feels about this. Like you make it like it's inevitable. Why do you? I mean, 2009's not that long ago, right?
In everybody else's time, in every other New York team, yeah, but not in Yankee time. In Yankee time, that's an eternity.
But I think
Yankee
you're
years,
being,
if you will.
You're being
years.
unfair
It's like dog years, Peter.
because even though there have been teams that have been more successful, the 4 championships in 5 years, that's just that's not conceivable anymore. That's not going to happen.
I agree. But in that time since, Boston has put a couple up on the board,
right?
And you haven't. Astros have put a couple up on the board.
And the unfortunate thing is we
Giants
talked
have put
about
a couple up on the board.
right? And then where are the Giants now? Giants are in last
it doesn't
place.
matter. Those are on the board, though.
No, they're on the board, but this is where the philosophy comes in, and that's why I would never tell anybody not to be a fan anymore.
The Dodgers,
but you're complaining about philosophy. It's like the caller called up earlier and said it was Al.
Yeah.
That Brian Cashman has failed. He's failed at his job. Not to the Yankees, he hasn't.
I know, that's strong.
Right? So there's the rub, right? In every other team, we could say Dable failed or Shane failed or Drury's failing because they're losing and they're missing the playoffs. And you could say the guy's just not good at his job based on the standings if you wanted to go there, right? Nobody in the Yankee organization thinks that Brian Cashman's doing a bad job because they haven't had the bottom out the way the Giants and the Royals and the Red Sox and all the teams that have won more than the Yankees have had. So we are talking about a difference in philosophy. What you think is a failure, they think is a success. And there's the rub. So I would never tell you to stop being a fan, but this is not incompetency. This is a complete what's the word I'm looking for? This is an agree to disagree on how to run a franchise. They're high-fiving at the end of seasons. We made the playoffs again, finished above 500. You're not on board with the team's philosophy. That's just the way it is.
There's two different things. What they're doing is running a business successfully. What fans want is to run a team successfully. Those are two different things.
But no, not to them. They feel the team is successful.
No, again.
No, I'm not talking about money because there's the money aspect of
but
it.
That's what you do. They're running a business, and the business is successful because every year it's in the black.
But that's
wins
part of it,
and in finances.
But that's part of it, Alan. That is, I agree with you. That is part of it. That from a financial standpoint, they're succeeding. Yeah. But they also look at they're the only 30-plus years of finishing above 500, never being an embarrassment, never bottoming out. They look that as baseball success.
I get it.
And you know what? They wouldn't trade if you presented the Yankees and say over the next 25 years or over the next 15 years, you're going to win 3 championships. But in between, you'll have a couple of 100-loss seasons. You'll have a couple of years where the team is just going to be a flat-out embarrassment. Yeah. But you will win 3 rings. They would say no.
No, fans would sign up for that.
I'll take the 15 years. I'll take my chances of not winning. But if we're in the playoffs every year and the years we don't go to the playoffs are still above 500, they would sign for that than the 3 championships and be bad.
Who's they?
Hal, Brian, all of them.
No, you're right. But if you ask the fan.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's the philosophy difference. I'm just saying.
That's it. That's
right.
it.
So,
because, Don, listen to this. Because for Hal Steinbrenner, for Brian Cashman, for Aaron Boone even. I don't even know if it's much Aaron Boone because I think Aaron Boone is just it's killing him not winning.
Oh, of course it is because he's absolutely.
I really do believe that for Boone that it means a lot to him. But I just think for those guys, for Randy Levine and everybody up there they do an amazing job running that franchise. It's for them. It's different because they get the success of the resume of the finances of all that stuff. As a fan, what am I getting? I'm paying for this. And at some point, is it so much for me to ask that 1 year, can you just be the best team in the league?
They want to.
By the way, for everything that we spend to be a fan of this franchise? Come on.
But they'll look at you and they'll go, yeah, well,
much?
Met fans spent a lot this year, and they're 10 games under 500. Blue Jays went to the World Series last year, almost won the whole damn thing. Where are they now? Missed the playoffs. It's just a philosophy difference, man. You got me. I'm with you. I told you that Scott Layden conversation I had back in the day when he's like, I'd rather make the playoffs 10 straight years than win one championship and miss it 9.
Because
it's a philosophy. It's just a difference in philosophy.
As a general manager.
Because you have the luxury as a fan to, when they do lose the 100 games, to not go and not care. They don't have that luxury because they're still sitting in their own filth when they lose 100 and still going to every game and still watching.
Fired, right?
Right.
People get fired when you lose 100 games.
No, absolutely.
So you're right. That's the one way. That is your survival. You're going to hate this phrase. You're on the treadmill of being average. Every
they're
year.
They're on the treadmill of being above average.
They're not average.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying, but
they're on the treadmill of good, not
it's
great.
It's this treadmill of good that gets you stuck where you can't get to that next gear. But if you're on that, if you're doing like basically if you're doing like sprint intervals, okay, you do sprint intervals. When you go fast, you're winning, but when you go slow, you're getting fired.
But I'm telling you that this is it. You're talking about just a difference in philosophy.
Yes, you're right.
And
from fans, it's just they're begging
and
for
it's
something
not,
in return.
and I'm telling you, it's not going to change unless they sell the team. ENN's next. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino and Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn? Paycheck after paycheck. And you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino and Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino and Associates. We win a lot.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Upgrade your outdoor living space with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking from Rings End. Picture this, a deck that's the highlight of your backyard, turning heads season after season. Now, imagine 20, 30 years later. It's still going strong. And here's the best part. You haven't spent a moment sanding, staining, or sealing it. Visit your local Rings End for the stunning real wood looks of TimberTech decking, paired with the kind of durability that only advanced engineering can deliver. Backed by industry-leading warranties, TimberTech is the decking that performs for decades. Ask for it locally at Rings End.
Hey guys, it's Peter Rosenberg, and listen, you know me. I'm always honest about what's going on with my life, and recently I've just been dealing with some nagging pain that I finally decided I wasn't going to ignore anymore. So I ran into my guy, Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Pain. Decided to set a meeting, and after we talked, I understood why so many people recommend him. He's Ivy League trained, all right? He's the real deal. He's double board certified, and he takes a non-surgical approach to helping people get back to living their lives. If pain is keeping you from enjoying your summer, don't just live with it. Go check out Samwell Pain. Visit samwellpain.com. Trust me.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have a great rest of the night and an awesome weekend. We've got the Yanks home in the Bronx. First pitch just a little over an hour away. Also a Cody Bellinger bobblehead giveaway using the inbound George. About a 45-minute ride for both the upper and lower decks from 80-95. Better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Deegan just packed in both directions, heading over to the stadium with the volume for the outbound George. Northbound delays go back across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Southbound side hitting the brakes from the Mosholu on down. Outbound Lincoln are running about 20 to 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn are running a half hour plus. Slow go at the Goethals Bridge heading into Staten Island. Broken down car on the span. You're backed up onto the Jersey side. Big concert tonight over at MetLife Stadium in the Meadowlands. Slow go on Route 3 westbound from the Turnpike Eastern Spur. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
So I've got this right. Flat repairs or replacement if needed. Rotations and rebalancing every 5,000 miles, all included with the tire purchase. With paid installation and tax? That's the...
Don't make me say it.
I was going to say it.
You don't say it. You back it up. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Free with every tire purchase.
So they're the...
Midas, the best around.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Beginning Tuesday, September 8th, watch DiPietro and Rothenberg and Hahn and Rosenberg live every day on the MSG Network. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
Presented by
Boost. Where were you,
Boost.
Donnie?
Boost.
Where were you, Donnie? Where were you?
I'm sorry. I'm trying
Boost.
to...
Boost.
No, just try it again.
No, he can't do it at home because Don's mic is always up too loud.
No.
You got to turn your mic down if you're going to try this, or it's going to be
Don't start
all
with me.
Modulated,
It's going to be all over modulated.
Try again.
All right, is your mic turned down?
Yes.
All right, now try it.
Boost.
There you go.
That's
Boost.
perfect.
By the way, you should probably keep your mic at that level because you've been over-modulating for like 7 years.
Dear God. Well, somebody say something.
No,
I
no
just
one.
backed off the mic.
They don't want you to be great. I'm telling you that was sounded better. Because usually when you yell from home, you start to overmodulate. Now we just adjusted it.
I'm backed off. That's all. I didn't turn it down.
You just backed off? That won't last.
Boost.
Why? Boost. See? Let me say good evening to all of us.
You don't want to do it that day because he's going to be
Well,
busy
it's a Sunday,
that day.
so we can't do it that
Oh, it's a Sunday?
You don't want to do a
Sunday.
special show
That's
Sunday?
a Sunday?
Do you love the man or not?
I mean,
do a show. And Don and Jacob.
Very rare illegal pornography.
Well, I'm hovering.
And to myself and Alan. Vita Vea has
Vita
got.
Vea?
That's sure. What did I say? I don't know why that happened. Good evening to Don.
3 runs for the Yankees in an inning is group sex.
And to Alan.
you have a good pH balance.
To myself. Astro Magnesium Anunobi Wang Cat. Isolated, it is pretty good. Good evening to myself. When was the last time you smelt his musk?
Oh, boy.
I like it.
And to Lee Goldberg.
We're both the same size.
That was a good line from him.
Him and Jiminy Cricket, he said.
So we've got Jiminy Cricket to look forward to after I get my Tinkerbell next week.
That I got.
What's Tinkerbell for?
25.
Oh, wow.
I'm not. Jiminy Cricket he's that big, huh?
What was the 10-year one? Because I never got it.
I have one. I got it last year.
It's a Mickey Mouse.
It's a Mickey plaque.
Never got it.
You don't start getting the statues until 15. You get the Mickey Mouse Fantasia at 15. You get
That's nice.
Simba at 20.
Okay.
And then at 25, you get Tinkerbell at 30.
Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket, and then at 35, I think you get a pink slip.
You get they tell you that's enough.
No, because what is the most iconic?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It almost feels like 25 because that's a big number. Like once you make 25,
wouldn't Steamboat Willie be it?
Steamboat Willie.
No.
Was it an old wrestler? Who are you talking about?
No,
That's the very first Mickey Mouse cartoon, Steamboat Willie.
Yeah. It's the mouse that started it all.
You mean, but it's still Mickey.
Well, yeah, but
I think they're done with Mickey. Once they give you the Mickey plaque, that's it. Oh, they said Fantasia Mickey statue, right?
It was 15. That's the first one.
No.
And by the way,
I'm closer to that now. I haven't even gotten the other one.
And by the way, I got to tell you, I've thrown on Fantasia a few times.
No.
Oh, I will tell you, it's very
Kinda
traumatic.
awkward.
It's like the first time I had liver. There was a time when my mom was like, "Oh, we're having steak tonight," and she tried to pass the liver off a steak, and it was bad. It was when the family went to see Fantasia, and I almost pulled my first walk out.
Well, because you just didn't know what was happening.
It was just you know,
it's
just
a lot.
music. It's a musical, but it's not. It's
you need to be high.
Yes.
Agreed.
But, you know, there's
That's
no
a drop.
chance. My parents, they might have smoked in front of me, but they weren't smoking weed.
Not that you don't know.
Yeah, not that you're aware of.
My father was not a weed guy.
No.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, based on everything I know.
That's what the hippies did.
Wouldn't that blow your mind, though, if he actually secretly was?
That's why he hated the hippies, because he thought they were smoking all the weed?
No, because he was one and he didn't want to admit it.
That would be
It was like his way of covering for it.
That would have been something.
Me? I'm not
Let me
like
tell you
that.
something.
No. He wasn't that good of an actor. No way.
All right, this
No
happened
weed
on the
for
K
him.
show earlier. Apparently.
Okay.
Dan in Chicago. Dan.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, Dan.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. 2 points. One, I want to compliment you on the new show format. I get my daily Yankees dose from you. And more importantly, or at least as important, I don't have to listen to that absolutely annoying Peter Rosenberg. Oh.
We were number one in the ratings with Don, Peter, and me. So Peter Rosenberg's a great broadcaster.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, when he was getting married, his daily wedding update made me almost want to throw up in my mouth.
Oh, my God. Really? Go scratch.
By the way, could we be like, as much as I loved the show that we did, could we be any luckier, Don, to be away from that crowd? That particular, I'm just so glad I can get my daily Yankee baseball, and hearing about Peter's major life updates, it made me sick. I wanted to throw up in my mouth.
He had a lot of other things he could have used instead of your wedding.
But think about how deep the hatred is, though. Because here's the thing you have to understand, and these people I understand, not everyone's a radio professional. Massive life events are like radio show gold. It's this incredible backdrop thing you get to ride out, right? It's a storyline that you get to follow, and the audience can go on the journey with you.
Well, not everybody wants to go on that journey with you.
Exactly. But you know why? Because it's getting in the way of it. He wants to talk war.
Well,
if he can't talk win above replacement,
we got to talk
nothing
about
to do.
how Jacoby Ellsbury is a terrible signing, and he needs to go.
Right. He doesn't want that. The conversation about who from the show is getting invited, who's showing up, who's at what table. He doesn't want that to get in the way of his wins above replacement.
And this is what makes me sick about the whole thing. You don't think we talked about my wedding before it happened on the K show? You don't think we talked about Michael's wedding?
Oh my God.
Before he got married? Come on. Stop it. They just don't like you because of your perceived political leanings. So stop yourself. By the way, 30, Jiminy Cricket. 35, Pinocchio.
Oh.
40, Donald Duck.
Is that right?
You know what? That's pretty good for 40.
45, sitting on a chair, you get the man himself, Walt Disney.
Okay.
And they're just assuming nobody is making it.
Nobody's getting this. Nobody's ever done 50.
You know what? I got to make a phone call. This is off. We got to fix this. This isn't right.
You don't like the power rankings here?
No, it should be. It should all be building towards
Mickey
at 25, because I really think that's like the most you can kind of expect from someone realistically. I think 20. It should all be building to you get Mickey at 25, and it's like, wow, 25 years with the company. Congrats.
No,
everything should be building towards that. It should be. You should get some Donald. You could get your Sleeping Beauty. Your whoever. You throw them in, whatever your big character, Aladdin, whoever. But Mickey's where we're hitting Mickey at 25.
Yeah, but I think Mickey's on our check. All right, so they're selling Mickey, and they figure the large majority of employees are probably not making it past 10 years. That's why you're Mickey heavy. You get the Mickey pin at 5, you get the Mickey plaque at 10, you get the Mickey statue at 15, because they want you to make sure you get Mickey.
Yeah, because you might not, because otherwise you're.
Yeah.
But what is the most iconic Disney movie?
Movie? Oh, boy. Oh, man.
Because these are all from movies,
You
right?
know what, Don? what you just did.
This is too late in the show to do this.
You can't do this late in the show.
Why would you do that?
John
Winthrop, late in the show, but it's early
on a
in the
Friday, though?
By the way, Winthrop might cancel his trip and come home to have this conversation.
He's got to be part of this conversation. This is a Monday at 3 o'clock.
Well, we don't have to answer it now. It could be just an ongoing thing for the rest of the summer.
But I will tell you, John is actually too close to it to even be a part of it. He's such a freak. He is on, I think, his third Disney trip of the year so far.
Yeah, he's sick.
This would be Don's the equivalent of even though he works for the company, someone within the company, I imagine there are people keeping an eye on things, should be paying attention and they're pulling people aside and going, hey, we got this guy in New York. Let's just keep an eye on this thing. Because this guy is unusual.
Just to start it, and then we'll leave it. We'll put a pin in it.
All right.
I'm going to give you guys 3 options. See if you agree.
3 options for what?
For most iconic Disney movie.
Okay.
The first one I'm going to give you is the one that started it all, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, 1937.
Right.
If it's a day.
Then I'll give you another one that really has become it's evergreen, Cinderella. 1950.
Cinderella. Listen, there's no question. Cinderella's big.
All right. The last one I'm going to give you might be the most celebrated of all the movies. And, we've seen it in different formats.
All right.
The Lion King, 1994.
Lion King's very big. Unquestionably big.
One of the 3, please.
I'm a big Lion King guy because I achieved a great sexual feat when I was at the theater when it came out.
Well, how
did Pee Wee Herman?
Wait a minute now.
What's that? I was a teenager. It was
get
just what was playing.
This was as wholesome a conversation as we might have ever had on Don Hahn and Rosenberg. And then...
Yeah. I didn't realize that Pee Wee Herman did. That's just, you can't do that.
No, I can just imagine...
It wasn't strange.
In the back
it wasn't
seat of the
strange.
Car,
It was very familiar.
Wow, this is now finally a conversation I can understand. All this talk about Yankees and Cashman and John Harbaugh and Ravens.
Don,
and then all of a sudden, bang.
Don, you missed a great line from Peter.
Don, you really missed out.
You're a sex-star filth bag.
You really missed out,
Such
Don.
a good line.
You really missed out.
How do you know I missed it?
Because what is it?
Oh, it's such a good line.
I don't know. I did miss it.
Well, I
can't.
Well, they played the strange pull sound.
Oh.
And Peter said there was nothing strange about it.
Very familiar.
Well, I just can't. I don't think I can continue.
Well, I could. All the way till the end.
This was that. It's a shame. Well, I guess the one thing about all of the Disney movies is they do have a happy ending.
Okay, mic drop. Here you go. Attaboy, Donnie. Way to get back in the race.
Mark Levy.
I like it.
No. We all do.
So all right.
So you said Cinderella.
Yep.
It's not Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, as big as that is.
Well, everybody loves the dwarfs.
No, but
song.
let me tell you why I don't think it is. Because I think if we're going all the way back to that era, don't you think Cinderella carries more weight?
I do.
So I think if we're
Cinderella's been redone a billion times.
Cinderella's the one that hits.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. So we eliminated Snow White. Now we're in the final 2.
But
Lion King or Cinderella?
Lion King.
You can't.
What?
Because you're talking about movies that are from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They've
but it still
themselves.
holds up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying.
We don't know if it's going to hold up 30 years.
No, that's what he's saying. You got to go with one of the old ones because Lion King is, listen, it's 30 years in. That's not a sniff compared. My daughter is watching Sleeping Beauty every day. It's 80 years old.
It's so true.
But the Cinderella resonates with every generation. Everybody.
So we're going to call Cinderella the most iconic. And it's true because
so.
the princess, the
glass
whole princess
slipper, the
thing,
whole thing
with Disney, all was born from Cinderella. Disney's Princess is it's a greater franchise than the Cowboys and the Yankees.
And by the way, and if it didn't exist, who would have been Salt and Pepper's DJ?
I mean, you tell me if Cinderella has a Hakuna Matata.
No, listen, song-wise, there's some great hammers in.
And I might have asked this trivia question.
Although, by the way, I just want to say, in the conversation, someone who's at least saying, hey, I'd like to be in the conversation. Let's chat a little bit.
Who's asking?
If we're going modern era and you're going to talk Lion King, Little Mermaid is saying, hey, I'd like to have a conversation.
Little Mermaid is there.
They're saying, let's chat a little bit. Let's talk.
It'll be, and it'll
definitely
also
don't forget
be
about
interesting.
me. Yeah.
And if you're going to go modern, it'd be interesting how Frozen ages.
Well, by the way, that's a great point, too.
That was a monster.
Oh,
by the way, Moana's a monster.
Yeah.
You have some Frozen and Moana are monsters. And I guess you go Little Mermaid or Lion King first from that 90s era. But at the time, Aladdin would say, hey, let's have a little chit-chat.
You know,
I'm doing numbers out here.
And by the way, Aladdin was hilarious, too. But, Little Mermaid and Lion King sort of brought the whole franchise back, if you think about it, right? Like, that was sort of the rebirth of the Disney movie stuff. So, it's a good conversation.
It's just something to think about.
I like it.
All right. Should we talk a little sports?
Shall we?
I guess so.
All right. Yeah, we should.
As one man said, do what you want. It's ENN.
And he said it and he meant it. God bless. Okay. So I don't know if you guys checked out any Fernando Mendoza yesterday. It was pretty.
A little bit.
Had some good moments, had some bad moments. But Clint Kubiak says he's not naming a starting QB quite yet.
I know I said it last night. I just don't think it ever benefits a player to know that they've have a spot secured. And if there's always a little bit of uneasiness about that, that benefits the whole team, the player and the team.
Overall, a little more on Mendoza from Kubiak.
I was very impressed with how prepared he has made himself. That whole quarterback room. I was pleased with watching the tape. I really like what he did on third down. We're only 1 of 5 on third down in the first half. However, we did drop the ball twice, and we threw one short of the sticks on a 3rd and long. He had really good ball placement on the first third down of the game with a guy in his face. So in the critical downs, I thought he was playing his best. There are things that we must get corrected that will be addressed ASAP.
I mean, it just makes sense to let Cousins begin. Like, do this like the Giants did with Warner. Like, you let him start, and then you'll get to a point in the season, because there's not a lot of expectations with this Raiders team. You'll get to a point in the season where all right, it's time to put the kid in.
No, I think
there's nothing wrong with it. Just because he's the number 1 pick, we don't have to force this guy into being the starter.
I agree. Listen, there's success stories on either side. You can look at Troy Aikman was part of an awful team, but he grew from it. But Mahomes played the last game of his rookie season, so he missed pretty much his whole rookie year. What was it, week 10 when Eli made the start, because the team was 5-4, and that ended up being a success story. But then it's. I guess you just got to know the player, but I feel like now general managers are like, this is my pick. I want to get him out there. I want to make the fans happy. I want to show that I made the right pick. And
owners
they
get involved
impatient.
in this too, by the way. And remember, who's one of in the ownership group there is a guy who was a pretty decent quarterback in his day.
There is never, to me, a negative of not playing right away. Like, how are you hurting him by not playing him right? Especially when a team's lousy, right? Where you got your offensive line almost got Geno killed last year. Like, how could you harm him?
Hey, speaking
by
of
not playing him right away?
Speaking of which, I was having a chat yesterday on our fabulous dinner. I was standing in the rain, very much like a Disney movie. I was standing in the rain under an umbrella,
not singing
though, but chatting with RJ and Andrew Gunling. And it is interesting. The way everyone sees the preseason so totally different is fascinating, right? Like, there are some teams in Washington. The big thing is Jaden Daniels going to play at all tomorrow, right? There are some teams that just don't want to play their quarterbacks at all. Will you get them on the field at all? And then, and we had this conversation about Geno. How much Geno will you see? Because he won't play next week. So we give him a quarter, we give him 2 quarters. Meanwhile, and maybe this goes to the overall conversation about how Harbaugh is kind of different. Like, we didn't even spend any time questioning the fact that Jackson Dart got absolutely rocked. And then wouldn't you guys agree? A lot of people have said, that's enough. Sit down. That's it.
Yeah.
They sent him back out. Now, we all celebrated it because he came out and threw an incredible touchdown pass.
Yes.
But I just found it interesting. We never even discussed that. That was a lot of teams would have said, that's it. Good night. Good luck.
Yeah, we don't want to take any more chances. Yeah.
But think about how that would have gone. All right? He gets laid out, goes to the tent, doesn't come back into the game. the conversation's going to be, oh, maybe he did suffer a concussion. They're not telling us. He must be hurt. He didn't come back into the game. He almost had to put him back into the game.
Yeah, but I disagree because
if he does it because it creates a whole firestorm of.
No, but
I
Don,
guess he must be really hurt.
No, Don, you see him sitting there cheery on the sideline, and the second they go to halftime, he goes, "Oh no, he's fine." But we saw enough for today. That's it. Like, I don't think people then question it.
I think with the narrative of him, taking too many hits and going to the concussion tent, having him come back out and throw a touchdown pass, to me, it was the best thing. Now you have people saying, "Oh, the whole thing's overrated. He probably shouldn't have gone to the tent anyway."
But Alan,
if he doesn't come back in.
What if he does come back in though? Alan gets rocked again.
Well,
can you imagine that disaster?
First of all, if it's the same thing that happens the second time, somebody's getting cut on the spot, right?
But because again, it was also on a play. It's not like, oh, our offensive line's a sieve. Tracy he vegged. It was a mistake he made. It wasn't. He didn't get blown up. He just he didn't.
No, he started to go out for a pass. He just forgot.
and so it was. But like if the offensive line's like a sieve and he's getting hit, well, we got to protect him, and then that creates a problem. Like you don't have a good enough offensive line. It was just one of those things. He was fine. Get him back in there. But I'm telling you, if he doesn't go back into the game, the conversation's going to, I think, be way worse. Did he get his bell rung? Is he hurt worse than they're saying?
Well, either way, it was interesting though. A lot of teams these days, you just would have completely panicked after that moment.
And you know what? But doesn't Harbaugh look better? That hey, I believe in him and I believe in my team. I believe it's not going to happen again. Instead of being scared, hey, he's our quarterback. This is what you're going to have to do. If we're going to win games, these are the things he's going to have to overcome. Like, you don't want to run scared.
You want to show you're not scared.
Yeah. That's half the battle, right?
Yes.
Now, speaking of not scared, a lot of fights this week in the NFL. We've talked about that, all these joint practices. Jerry Jones on the fines from the joint practices with the Cowboys and the Saints.
This game is physical, and it's easy to get involved with aggressive temperaments. All of that makes it a real focal point of the league to stay within good sport. The taking of helmets off and swinging and hitting and that type of thing is not good for anybody, and it's certainly not what we want to represent to our fans and as a league or as a team. And so it's understandable how they're coming down with a real severe fines.
Should they fine players rather than teams?
Well, that's up to the team to find those players, and so we will find those players.
You could appeal the fine. Is that something you would consider?
Yes, we will appeal, and that's pretty harsh. I mean, pretty stiff, not harsh, but stiff.
He's kind of talking out of both sides of the mouth,
I'm
right?
confused now, buddy.
You seem to be all on board. You understand why. Oh, yeah, we're going to appeal.
Yeah, he lost me there. By the way, my buddy Rasan Bascom just texted a big one.
That's a stupid name, as Michael would say. I have no problem with it, but
I'm a big fan of Rasan, though.
Yeah, but Don's not right. Michael would absolutely say it's a stupid name. Not the Rasan part. I think he'd be fine with that. But Bascom, he'd go, "What the hell's that about?"
Like you can control your own last name,
right?
What's that about?
Yeah, he'd go, "What's that?" I mean, look at poor Skylar Aston. He was just minding his business. Skylar's a nice name.
Remember, I never followed it up that there was a name of a friend of Ryan Rucco that Michael didn't like.
Yes,
and Ryan did get back to me, but it was after the show, and then I forgot about it.
Yeah,
his first name was Deep.
Sorry, Deep.
Deep.
So he was Indian, probably. It's my guess.
I guess I don't know that, but Michael thought that was a stupid.
Well, listen, if the name isn't Michael or Bob, then Michael's offended by it. Anyways, Rasan just wanted to throw a little mention to a film that did decently, I believe, at the box office called Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Did pretty well. It's got some characters in there you might know.
Which ones didn't do well?
Oh, they're there. I mean, listen, no one's throwing No one's saying Aristocats is number one.
No, but I don't think they lost money on it.
No, I think they did all right. I think they did fine.
I mean, there's only one shameful movie.
Go ahead.
Well, the Song of the South. You won't ever see that again.
Oh, that ever again. God, my.
Oops.
Yeah, that's just no. They burned that.
Well, because
they
it was beyond
twice burned that too.
You can disclaimer them with a little note before every movie. That one.
When is that from?
Oh,
what is that from?
Oh, it's got to be early 40s.
Oh boy.
There are some songs though that were like vocal jazz type songs that still exist, and you hear them a lot in vocal jazz, but they
pull like people forgotten about the movie. They said, "Hey, let's forget the movie."
Yeah,
which is
that's
interesting.
one of those where you just like.
Which is interesting because I got to tell you, interesting. Play that. I another big one from the '90s. While we're in that era, was Pocahontas. Did extremely well. Has some great music in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was so impressed with the Pocahontas is from. I don't want to. You guys know I don't like to tip my hand politically. But Pocahontas is a tremendously progressive film. Although I guess there's a long time from when, what was the South one called?
The Song of the South.
Bit of a gap. What year?
1946.
So yeah, it's 50 years before Pocahontas. So, I mean, there was some work done, I think, in that time. Maybe talking some things through historically.
But it did well. It did Best Music.
Of course it did
Academy
well.
Award.
Oh, are you kidding? It was a very popular subject at the time.
In that era?
Yeah, it did great. So the point is, though, there really are very few bricks. I mean, if you were to, I guess if we had to Google right now, Don, what was the least lucrative Disney cartoon production? Because obviously they've made lots of films that were not, they made Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they made a million other kids movies. But like in terms of the big cartoon films.
Well, when I said worst Disney movie.
Well, hold on real quick. One that I love that I just got into, I don't know how big Oliver and Company was. I don't think that made a huge one. Don, tremendous. Billy Joel plays the dog. He's got an amazing song in it. Huey Lewis on the soundtrack. Bette Midler. Oh, it's fantastic. But there you go. That probably didn't do big numbers relative to these other ones.
IMDb rates the worst Disney movies.
All right.
And number one, and AI had this as number one as well. Worst Disney movie was Chicken Little.
Chicken Little. Well, what's second?
Jonas Brothers, the 3D concert experience.
All right, we're not counting that. So, what's
How is that? That's not, no.
What's the next cartoon, though?
Belle's Magical World from 1998.
Yeah.
Then Inspector Gadget 2.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Planes. Home on the Range from 2004. Well, they're all like in the 2000s. Like if I go back to the oldest worst one, you got to go. I still haven't been able to find it.
Right. The classics aren't even there. It's not. It's going to be these ones that we forgot existed, frankly. But I do recommend Oliver and Company. I did not. You remember this, Jacob? Oliver and Company?
I do not remember.
Yeah, I do. I had the cassette. It was like in a little plastic VHS.
See? It was 98. It's about a cat who gets lost in the streets of New York City. It's very good. Strong recommendation. So, Don, could this be a list one day, or does this need to be more of a debate?
Ooh, no. Well, listen, I can. That's a big list.
Yeah, you can't do
top 5 Disney movies. Damn.
All time. Well,
you'd almost have to be categories.
We just named
right?
5.
Yeah, but I mean, I think are you gutless? I mean, that's what you are. This is.
That's a throwdown.
I mean,
now
Don,
you got to do it now.
This
Don.
is what Don does, and we are winding up, aren't we? Last time I checked, aren't we closing in on Don's 25 years at Disney?
That's right, September 3rd.
It's yeah.
So I'm just saying it.
So it kind of would make sense.
Could be apropos. 25 years of the company. That will do it for this very informative ENN.
Wow, I almost started the show again.
Not a lot of sports, but a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, but again, at least there was a happy ending, and it was brought to you by our friends at Boost.
Boost.
Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com.
Boost.
For the Yankees, 3 runs in an inning. It's an offensive orgy.
God, does he feel comfortable with his job? Doesn't
He's so good.
I would not, that wouldn't even come to mind if
Ruocco would never.
Oh,
right?
what was
Ryan
Ruocco's?
could never do that.
What was Ruocco's home run call that everybody went nuts over?
Hold on.
Oh,
He had a couple of great ones lately.
Yeah, but back in the day,
hold on.
People thought it was not inappropriate, but just it wasn't Yankee-esque. What was it?
No, he stopped it, right?
Yes, I think he was told to stop.
Hold on. It was not. Oh yeah, it was.
No.
It was.
You know what?
Goodbye, sir.
Oh yeah, goodbye, sir. So it wasn't like bad. It was just like, ugh.
You think he got a call saying, "We're not offended. We just think it's cringe."
Oh, that's a good one. All right, so last call, crew, 1-800-919.
Goodbye, sir. Yeah.
Not everything. He's had his share of broken bat singles. They can't all be home runs.
I mean, listen,
Exactly.
the kid's had a hell of a career. So.
Oh, listen.
You're always
If
going
that's
to
his
workshop things until they hit.
That's right.
If that's the worst, then he's in good shape.
He's
Don
doing
Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
ESPN New York and MSG Network are joining forces.
Big news, Jazz hands.
Start your mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg, live on the MSG Network. Then stick around for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live on MSG every afternoon.
We are beyond excited to start simulcasting on MSG Networks.
So think about this real quick second. You got us in the morning 6 to 10. You got our afternoon show 3 to 7. And then right after that, you're talking Knicks, you're talking Rangers.
Yo, yeah. You wake up, you pop it on again, and there we are, waiting for you. Good morning.
ESPN New York and MSG Network, together like never before. It all starts Tuesday, September 8th.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. And in-home delivery on any mattress $399 and up, it's free. Come in for a complimentary mattress consultation and get a free travel neck pillow, no purchase required. So do what I do and get to PC Richard & Son today for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Progressive knows there's no one more important to your team than your pet. They're like your top draft pick.
And it looks like Chuck has selected Pepper the Corgi. Bold pick there, Deborah.
Yeah, Rich, Pepper has a high ceiling for sure, but he does have a tendency to bark at every tree.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table, but also takes a lot off of it, especially when it's been left near the edge.
Nothing left to do now but suit him up for the dog park.
Protect your top draft pick from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates of third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations. Covered subject to policy terms.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Oh,
don't do it.
So difficult. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you here on a Friday. Take you up until 7 o'clock. Hopefully everybody will have a great weekend. Weather kind of a little dicey, but we're still going to have the Mark Sasso softball at 5 o'clock in Hawthorne, New Jersey, Wagra Road, 289 Wagra Road, Hawthorne, New Jersey. Wagfield is what we call it. You know, I feel bad. Yesterday we had a caller just before ENN wanting to rank the best Howie Rose calls. And
but we thought we were saving that for when he did his last broadcast. You were going to do it that week, right?
I said I'd come back after ENN and rank the 3 that he came up with.
Oh, okay.
And then I just forgot. But now I can't. I remember it was the
Piazza home run.
Piazza home run.
It wasn't just home run calls, though. It was that home run. It was the Alonso home run, and it was the Mateau goal.
Right. That's what it was. That's why I thought it was all Met calls.
No.
I could probably save it, but I told him I'd answer after ENN. I didn't tell him which ENN, so I guess it was today. Listen, to me, nothing beats the Mateau. Because even though it didn't win a championship, it was later in the playoffs in the conference final than the divisional round where they beat Milwaukee.
Well, it sent them
not
to
even
the cup
divisional
final.
round. Sorry, it was the wild card round. So it was the first round as opposed to a conference final.
Yeah.
And, it was on the way to a championship. It was a Game 7 and similar to a Game 3. It was an elimination game. Listen, as much as the Piazza one was healing and the story behind the Piazza home run is incredible because they were told before the game, because it was the first game after 9/11, don't go over the top. Like, let's not get crazy with anything. It's still smoldering down at ground zero, so let's not go crazy.
Right.
So he hits the home run, and Howie didn't go crazy, but he gave it, and he was worried he was going to get disciplined. And he ended up not because I think people realized
I think he hit the note.
He hit it properly.
Yes.
It was easy before the game to say, but in the moment, it was the right thing to do. So when you consider that, you can elevate it. But as far as significance, it was still a regular season game as opposed to the playoffs like Alonso and Mateau. But Mateau,
the fact that it was also the Mateau call is so good because he gave you equal, in my opinion, Don. You know this better because you do it for a living. I thought he gave equal parts play-by-play, excitement, drama, and the historical, almost fan vitriol feel of the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because and it was all, you could tell clearly this is ad-libbed because he yells Mateau 3 times, says his name, and what happens, but then, and the Rangers have one more hill to climb, the Mount Vancouver. Like, that's all, he ad-libs that, which is incredible.
And
what a call that was.
Of everybody that had the call. So I guess it was Gary Thorne on ESPN.
Yep.
You had Sam on TV for MSG.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the Devils, Mike Miller, the Devils radio call. I don't know who was doing it for the CBC or Hockey Night in Canada. He was the only one that had Mateau because it wasn't known that it was Mateau's goal. Some thought it could have been Esa Tikkanen.
Yeah.
And I remember Howie was so nervous that he got the wrong guy. And it wasn't until after the fact that they confirmed that it was Mateau because the way it's a wraparound, but it could have went off Esa Tikkanen, and he was right there in the goal crease, so he got it right. To me, that's one because in the 100-year history of the Rangers, it's their biggest call. If you were to rank the greatest calls in Ranger history, Mateau would be number 1.
I think so.
I don't think Alonso's home run would be number 1 in the history of the Mets.
No, Gets by Buckner is.
Gets by Buckner, whether it's obviously Vince Scully's call on TV and, of course, Bob Murphy on radio.
Yeah.
The Mets winning the World Series in '69 and in '86. So it wouldn't be number 1. So that's the way I would run. But I could probably come up with a list.
I'd love that list because I think you do have to include hockey.
But if he did just a Met one because he's retiring,
if you
from
just
the Mets,
want, okay, if you just want it to be
and make it a little bit more fun.
Okay.
All right. Calls 1-800-919-3776. We tried to get him earlier, and I guess we're disconnected. Javier in Queens, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Javi?
What's up, boys? Sorry about that. I was online for the Yankee game to get my Cody Bellinger bobblehead.
Well, there you go.
I just couldn't get on with you. Yeah, I got him.
Sunday.
I was able to. Yeah, hopefully.
And congrats on being a virgin,
by the way.
Come on.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it.
Bye, sir.
So first off, Alan, thanks for recognizing me yesterday when you guys were talking about names that may have two pronunciations. I heard you threw a Javier in there, and I think nobody caught on to that. So I appreciate you, Alan. And Don, earlier in the week, I thought I had a beef with you until I saw a picture, which let me see the light. So, Don, sometimes when you talk about baseball, you seem so smug, like it's the easiest thing in the world. Like you think you could go deep in batting practice. You think you can roll out of bed and just hit 80-mile-per-hour pitches. But then I saw that picture of you. I saw that picture of you with Tommy John. And Don, you were a specimen as a young man.
That's it. Now you get it.
Like you,
it's there
Don,
somewhere,
am I wrong? Don, I now believe that you can do the things that you say that you would do with ease. Because
so all it took was that picture of him and Tommy John from 40 years ago, if it was a day.
I don't think Javi believed that I was actually a player. And I think I was a pretty decent player back in the day, and obviously a lot of malt liquor and gummy bears. I don't know, something.
Yeah, a lot.
Mescaline and
some Doritos
and Zodiac acid. It put me in a situation where I'm not quite there anymore. So.
Well, I'll put it like this: the picture of Don looks more believable than that picture of Wade Boggs. So listen, with the Yankees, what I'm going to say about the Yankees is this: I've been down on them all season, and the reason is like their approach stinks, and their biggest hope is like magic. It's like Judge coming back and being himself. It's every single starter throwing a shutout, and both of those things aren't going to happen. The only thing they have going on for them is the mystery of George Lombard. Like, if Lombard is the goods and he's this amazing player, maybe he leads the way like Pena did for the Astros. But like, I just don't see it. And I'm at the game. I'm a big fan. Like, I'll keep going, but I just don't see them. It just speaks to how bad the American League is that the Yankees have a really good chance of making the World Series, even though they're just not. They're so flawed. They don't have a leadoff hitter. They have no leadoff hitter.
They do. He's just batting fifth tonight.
Leadoff.
Yeah, but you don't have to apologize for that, Javi, and thank you for the phone call. That, hey, the championship could be just as sweet even if it's a weak American League. I mean, you shouldn't have to. Yankees shouldn't have to apologize for that.
I agree with that.
And where Michael got in trouble a couple of days ago and the fans jumped him, he said if they were whole all season, they would run away with the American League. And fans took exception to that because they weren't running away when everybody was healthy. But I do think that listen, forget Stan because he's going to get hurt. But if Judge had been here all year, if Bellinger didn't miss these last 3 weeks, don't you feel like they'd be in first place comfortably?
But I also pushed back on any fan that said, when they didn't have Cole early in the season. They had to wait for him. They didn't have Rodon. Like, they weren't whole. And then when all the pitchers came back, that's whenever they lost Judge and they lost
forget whole.
They haven't been whole yet. That's what I'm waiting for.
Right, but if Judge was giving you what he's been giving you the last few years, 155 games, 50 home runs, batting .320, wouldn't this team have a 6-7 game lead over the Rays?
If you were getting the pitching that you're getting right now,
right,
and Judge was doing, like you just said, the numbers he normally does, Rice was on his way having a terrific season until obviously he became the main piece of the offense, which he's not ready to be. I do believe they would have been comfortably in first place.
And if that happened, and we were sitting here, and Javi was calling, and Al was calling, and you saying, I don't know, I'm worried, I just don't believe in this team, I'd understand that because we've been there before where this team was the best team in the American League, and then something happened in the playoffs, and then they didn't hit and all that. But I'm just saying, you lose that kind of a significant player, and how it compromised Rice, who might have turned out to be the MVP had Judge not gotten hurt, and losing Bellinger here down the stretch. That, hey, listen, what they're doing, I would think for a Yankee fan should be just kind of cool. That you're making something out of nothing, because in 23 you saw what could have been just a season in which you're not making the playoffs, and we're talking, football and 2 baseball teams being out of it.
I think not the case. I think the key words that you and Yankee fans could maybe agree on and would take them out of it is, all things considered, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
all
it.
Things considered. That's why when I said they're in a great place, meaning like they still are there.
Right.
They didn't put themselves out of it. They are right there. If they can get healthy, they're in an outstanding position. And listen, do I think the Brewers are better? Do I think the Dodgers are better? Yeah. But, I could have said the Cubs are better, and the Yankees took 2 out of 3. I could have said the Braves are better, and they took 2 out of 3 from them. Right? So, all right, we got to go. Get more calls in at 1-800-919-3776. Take you up until 7 o'clock. I believe Peter's on his way to a wedding, so we want to say goodbye to Peter.
Yeah, I'm going to run out of here in a second so we can try to make it on time for my friend, the bride. I don't want to miss her walking down the aisle. They say that's important at the wedding. You got to try to get there.
It's a big deal, especially
Enjoy
if you're walking her down the aisle, but you're not doing.
I'm not walking,
not yet.
But not yet.
Right.
Please, oh no! Why are you even bringing? Why are you... I gotta go.
ESPN New York.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit TriconBuilds.com. That's TriconBuilds.com.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Calling hard seltzer lovers. Searching for the tastiest seltzer? Look no further. Neutral Vodka Seltzer is absolutely delicious. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral keeps it tasty with every sip. With flavors like peach, orange, strawberry, and pineapple, there's something for everyone. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 Anheuser-Busch. Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume. St. Louis, Missouri.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off. And you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
ESPN New York and MSG Network are joining forces.
Big news, Jazz hands.
Start your mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg, live on the MSG Network. Then stick around for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live on MSG every afternoon.
We are beyond excited to start simulcasting on MSG Networks.
So think about this for a quick second. You got us in the morning 6 to 10. You got our afternoon show 3 to 7. And then right after that, you're talking Knicks, you're talking Rangers.
Yo, yeah. You wake up, you pop it on again, and there we are, waiting for you. Good morning.
ESPN New York and MSG Network, together like never before. It all starts Tuesday, September 8th.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg closing it out here on a Friday. Hopefully everybody will have a great weekend. Back with you on Monday at 3 o'clock. We'll recap how the Mets and Yankees did over the weekend, the Jets and Giants as well. It's just hard to believe that by the time we get to Monday, Alan, we're down to one last preseason game before we kick it off for real. So kind of crazy. August is winding down. So let's close it out with your calls at 1-800-919-3776. Talk to Mark in Kings Park. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mark?
Hello, Don. Hello, Alan. Thank you for taking my call.
Always.
First of all, congratulations on the simulcast. That's really great news. I can't wait to watch you guys.
Can't wait to do
it. Two quick. Yeah, I'm sure. Two quick points and then one question. First of all, Alan, I don't know if you caught it when you were talking about what that caller said on the Michael Kay show about Peter, and then you came back and go, wow, he talked about your wedding. There's so many other things you could have called out. I found that kind of funny. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But Don, that call, the Howie Rose call with the Matteau, to me, that is by far out of the three the biggest. It's not just the call itself, which was amazing, but the lifting of the Ranger fans' hearts off the ground, like we were, dying for a win there because it's do or die.
And remember,
so there was just so much on the line.
Mark, the drama of that game was the Rangers giving the game away in the final seconds of regulation.
Oh, I know. Believe me, I can remember where I was like yesterday watching that. So to me, that was by far, 54 years that were on the line there to get into the Cup. But I guess, Don, I got a question for you on that point. With all the calls you've had in your career, which one would you say is probably your most spectacular or most memorable one for you?
It's a great question. I mean, there's been a few like regular season calls. I remember Grabner. The Rangers came back from like 6-3 down, and the game tying goal, Grabner. I remember Dave was punching the glass. You can hear him punching the glass in the background because JD and Gorton were on the other side of the glass, and you hear Dave scream. It was just a regular season game, but I remember that one. Maybe the Justin Williams, just because it was overtime of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. It wasn't a Ranger goal, but it was a game-winning goal in overtime of a Stanley Cup Final.
Yeah,
it wasn't for my team that I was calling, but it was still pretty significant.
Big moment.
Listen, my favorites from the Devil season, Bratt breakaway in overtime against the Canadians. That was a fun goal to call. But maybe the biggest one for me, Alan, I know we're up against it, was Game 1 against Pittsburgh in their run in 2014. It was in the second round. It was in overtime. And Brassard scores the game-winning goal. But I actually called 2 goals in overtime because I called Brassard's score, but they waved it off. And then Pouliot put in the rebound. So then I said score again.
Yeah, I remember this. Yep.
And it turned out that Brassard did score. I had it right, but they waved it off. So it was just one of those kind of a double overtime goal, which you never see. And they ended up losing the next 3 games. But if you remember, they came back from 3-1 down.
Yep.
Martin St. Louis' mom passed away on Mother's Day, and they all went to his funeral. So nobody remembers game 1 because they lost the next 3 and then won the 3 after that. But those are some of the ones that popped to mind for me.
Yeah, it's also being in the moment too, right? And that's what you were there, is that you were able to call it and stay. See, I think that's with great calls, it's hearing the voice in the moment. There's no hesitation that you're all in. That's what makes great calls, and that's what makes it fun. It also makes the job a lot harder than it looks and sounds.
Well, Alan, I can't thank you enough for coming to the Mark Sasso tomorrow.
I'm glad the weather's holding out, man. By the way, what color jersey? I need to know. You know me, I got to coordinate.
Well, I got blue and red, and I don't. So what do you want to do? Which one you want to go?
We did red last year.
Choice. So we'll do blue. We'll do blue.
Nick's blue.
So 5 o'clock tomorrow, 283 Wagra Road, Hawthorne, New Jersey. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of different celebrities are going to be coming out. Danico, Buttle, Brian O'Halloran, Alan Hahn, Peter Rosenberg. It's going to be Maria Moreno's coming. We'll talk to you, obviously, then, and then Monday at 3.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling